morning, video games. Welcome to Filthy Casuals, a podcast about video games hosted by three very kind and knowledgeable boys. Thank you for joining us for another week. Just any other episode, just like any other episode that we've ever done. My name is Tommy D, and I'm here to say I'm summing up the show in a super cool way. We got Adam Knox, and he likes Mountain Dew. We got Benny V, and he likes it too. I like Mountain Dew, and I hope you do too. Hello and welcome to Filthy Casuals, a podcast about video games by three kind boys who play games but also do other stuff. Is that fair?
Yep.
It's a broad description.
Yeah.
Well, what I'm trying to say is we'll talk about games. We're all passionate about video games, but, you know,
We're not journalists.
We're not journalists. Yeah. We're not mouth breathers. You know, We'll make fun of video games, but we're not going to end every episode with a lame joke like, your princess is in another castle.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
God, no.
We're not going to try and be like video game funny. We're going to try and be like actual funny.
What if Mario happened in real life and he had a gun?
Yeah, it'll be more like, what if the coin spelled out 69? That's funny. What if the coin spelled out 69?
Well, let's introduce ourselves. First of all, my name is Tommy Dassalo. We've also got Ben Vernel.
Yes, hello, this is my voice.
And we've also got Adam Knox.
I'm the third one.
Three very kind boys.
Yeah.
Now, the original name, it's funny that you say 69 because
it is funny,
original
yes.
title of this show for going on about 6 months now since we've been thinking about this was going to be Nintendo 69.
That is correct.
That's what we've called it. We've hyped up on other podcasts that we were going to do it.
Yeah.
We were the kings of the schoolyard when we came up with that name.
And we sort of thought, you know, the dream of starting anything kind of video game related is that, let's be honest, we want free games.
Yeah, we want some swag.
You know, we want some sweet EB Games kickbacks.
Yeah.
You know, we want to be flown over to E3. And as I said to you guys, I think putting a sexual act in the title of the podcast is going to severely limit any sponsorship opportunities that we could come across.
Yep, fair. I think a fair assessment.
So here we are, Filthy Casuals.
Yeah.
That's what we are.
Yeah.
Good evening, video games. Welcome to a very special, spooktacular Christmas episode of Filthy Casuals. Oh. On the podcast, we have Ben the Hell.
Hello.
Tommy, that's a scary low.
Oh, who said that?
And I am your host with the ghost. Adam Knox. That's enough.
Yeah.
I'm terrified of how bad this podcast is.
So that reminds me of my new segment idea.
Oh, yes.
What's Buggin Ben?
Do you have an intro or a... What's Buggin Ben? What's Buggin Ben? Usually he gets buggered, but now something's buggering. We'll go with something different.
Yeah, I'll overlay some actual music.
I don't think you should. I think what we had just then was pretty much perfect.
Yeah, just do that, but to an instrumental of the theme song from Dawson's Creek.
Okay.
Instrumental.
All right. So what's bugging me?
Wait, can you set up what this segment's going to be about? Because it's pretty oblique just from the title.
Just name the segment and then do it.
All right. So what's bugging Ben? It cropped up at the start of Metal Gear Solid 5, and that is the enforced slow walk section of a game.
Okay.
Fucking shits me to tears.
Okay.
I don't know why they do it. I think it might be to build frustrated tension or something.
Wait, do you mean slow walk as in the game hasn't told you how to run yet? So
it won't allow you to.
Right,
You can only walk, in Metal Gear Solid at the start, specifically, you're crawling a lot because you're just come out of a hospital bed.
You're all
Right.
drugged up on something.
Yeah.
It's like he's tripping over all these chairs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
okay.
all you're doing is sitting there pushing forward on the thing, and he's like, and falling over all these
Right.
little tiny buckets and stuff.
I agree. That's what's bugging Ben for me too.
Oh.
How do we co-sign on these things that are bugging you?
I'm bugging out.
That's niggling Knox as well.
Oh.
There's nothing wrong with the word niggling.
Now, Knox, these socks you're wearing, do they match or what's going on here?
They don't look like that.
They're of a similar type, I believe. I'm not that into matching socks.
What do you
Yeah,
mean
clearly.
by similar type?
Well, they got that bit at the end. They've got the hole up the top.
They don't look like they even fit you. Like the
Yeah.
heel is halfway down your foot on
Yeah,
one
they
of them.
look like children's
Yeah,
socks.
man. Well,
One of them has cassette tapes printed on it. Did you get it from an op shop a
one
long
of them
time
says,
ago?
this sock belongs to a child named Ron. Wait, what kind of fucked up child is named Ron?
Ron Weasley from Harry Potter.
Oh, yeah, that's true. It's just 'cause my
He is a
dad's-
pretty fucked up child, though, to be fair.
He is. My dad's name is Ron, so whenever someone's name is Ron, I don't know why that was the name I thought
They can
of.
never be a child because you've only known your dad to be an adult.
Exactly.
That makes sense.
No, that was like subliminal daddy issues. It's like,
Yeah.
what kind of fucking piece of shit cunt would have the name Ron? I'm sorry, Dad. I do a podcast. I just want you to be proud of me.
Maybe someday he will come and see one of your comedy shows.
I don't want him to.
Oh,
They're no good.
I guess the point I'm getting at is get your fucking feet off my coffee table.
All right,
No,
fine.
I'm
It
kidding.
was so
It's fine.
comfortable.
I
Okay,
want you to
put
be
it back
comfortable.
there.
I
Thank
want you to be happy. I want you to be relaxed while you're doing this.
it's going to make this a lot easier.
Yeah.
It's going to make it for a better show.
Oh, God. Make
Yep.
what easier?
Now take off your pants.
Anyway, you're listening to Filthy Casuals, a podcast about video games.
Oh yeah. Now let's dip back into everyone's favourite segment of
Well,
the show.
last week, what's Buggin Ben?
Yeah.
And it was the enforced slow walk segment of the game.
Now this couple of
What's
changes.
Buggin Ben this week? Bugging Ben, Bugger Boy, Bugging Ben.
Thanks for the theme song, Noxie. So this week, it's not anything video game related.
Great.
But it is bugging me. So it definitely belongs in the segment.
I think you've seriously misunderstood the purpose and intent of this podcast.
Nah. Now this week has a subtitle.
Oh.
The subtitle is "What's Buggin Ben: of Mice and Ben." Now
I think I know what this is going to
I've
be.
done a twist.
We did not sign up for this at all. We've
On-
not signed off on you doing this.
The title of a classic Gary Sinise movie of Mice and Men. What's
Yeah, that's where it's from. Yeah,
Yeah.
It's the Gary Sinise film.
yeah.
The band, the Icelandic band of the same name.
I
Yes.
saw 2/3 of
No,
that on
that's-
TV1 actually, so I know what you're talking about.
I saw it through a crack in a wall.
Okay.
I've got mice in my house. It's bugging me.
I've had mice before. It's the worst.
It's
the
really
fucking worst.
I've put down rat poison every single day.
No, you live in the city, man. They're savvy city mice. They don't
Yeah.
go for it.
Yep.
That's for country
No,
mice.
they're eating it. They're
Are they?
eating the poison.
Are getting stronger?
I think so.
Fuck.
There's like they live in a hole in the stovetop.
Who gives a fuck?
Basically, listeners write in and tell me how to get rid of them. They're eating the poison.
You're
They're
not
still
even
there.
trying to make this about video games.
Tom and Jerry.
Tom and Jerry is a video game. Let's talk about that.
It's
That cat
that's
can never get that mouse.
tenuous at best.
What if Luigi real life?
So we need to talk about a big event.
Kevin.
Have you seen that film?
No
read the
idea.
book?
No idea what it's about.
It's about a depressed teen, right?
No, it's about a murderous child,
Oh.
isn't it?
You'd probably be a little depressed if you were murderous.
I guess so.
Yeah, I don't think anyone who's like in a super great space of mind goes on a murdering spree.
Yeah.
Geez, I'm happy. A little too happy.
Yeah.
Time to set a little challenge for myself in life.
Ted Bundy Mondays. Time to go killing again.
I've become obsessed with Bill Trinnen. The Nintendo rep from America.
Yeah.
Who just looks like the biggest wet blanket of all time.
Yeah.
He looks like a total dweeb.
He's
Did
like Jack Lemmon in
Yes.
what's that fucking movie?
Glengarry
called?
Glen Ross?
Yeah,
It's
Glengarry
hard to
Glen
say.
Ross.
From a man who couldn't even pronounce says before. Glenn Ross, quite a tongue twister.
Yeah.
Glengarry Glen Ross. Did it. I got brass balls.
Did we talk about old slippery Bill Trinnen in the last?
You started calling him Slippery Bill.
No, there's something about just I love the idea of just mythologizing Bill Trinnen a bit more. Like,
Yeah,
I love the
yeah.
idea that he's never played a game that's rated higher than PG.
Yes.
I love the idea that he's genuinely terrified of Luigi's Mansion. Like
Yeah.
it's like Resident Evil for
Yeah.
him. Like he's spooked. His wife
piano
won't let
in-
him play it unless she's around.
Yep.
He's never finished the first level of Mario 2 because just Birdo gives him a big stiffy.
Oh, yeah.
Something about this like kind of trans character sort of really sets him off.
Yep.
Anyway,
You've given him so much depth. More depth than he probably
more
sells.
depth than he has in real life.
Yeah.
That like bullshit Zelda timeline they came up with is like his Game of Thrones.
Oh,
It's like
yes.
it's such an intricate world they've made. I definitely didn't stupidly work backwards from because a
Yeah.
bunch of people wouldn't shut up about all the Zelda games being connected, even though they're obviously definitely not.
Yeah.
What's the timeline between all the Mickey Mouse cartoons? Where is he in this? Yeah, it's so
He
annoying.
still, after all these years, doesn't understand the rules of Tetris. Like, literally doesn't understand how to play it.
Yes, yes.
Why do the blocks just sometimes randomly disappear? I do not get it.
Do I have to spell my name with them? What's
He
happening?
thinks he's trying to build like a house, but the blocks keep disappearing. The foundation is ruined.
It's a portable console essentially.
Yeah.
It is. It can plug into a TV, but you can also take it on the go, and
Yep.
controllers can attach into it, which I think you will find mirrors the prediction of one little Tommy Dassalo.
Yeah, you
all
will.
the way back in our Nick Mason episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you look at like the picture looks like a Wii U gamepad, except you can snap the sides off
Yeah.
of the screen and just have them as controls, like little Wiimotes kind of. And then there's like a little stand coming out the back of the screen
Yep.
to prop it up if you want to put it on a table. And apparently it'll have like a little
Great
dock.
detail.
A little.
What kind of table?
What is a stand again?
Well, you could use any form of table you really wanted to.
How many tables do you have in your house, Knox?
I have 0 tables.
Really?
I have 1 desk. Oh no, I have 2 tables.
I think you'll find the truth is somewhere in between.
I always get confused between 2 and 0. The number of times I've been like, wait, am I having a threesome or am I just wanking right now?
Oh no, I forgot to pick up my 2 kids. Oh wait, I've got 4. I've got 2 little like black IKEA
Kids. Oh.
IKEA little coffee tables. So I don't count them as tables because they're not like kitchen tables.
Sure, yeah.
So where do you eat? Let me guess. On the toilet.
Well, it depends what I'm eating, but like if it's a breakfast, I'll just kind of hover over the kitchen bench.
And it's if it's a shit in the toilet, it's probably sitting on the toilet.
How would I get into the toilet if I'm
Reach
sitting on
down.
it? Think about it, mate.
Reach down.
What would I do? No, you sit on the floor and you reach your head in like a giraffe drinking from a lagoon.
He's fucking got you there, I have to say.
Yeah.
How often do you eat in bed?
Never. I make it
Really?
because my immediate instinct is to eat everything in bed.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
to do everything in bed.
What about you,
Yeah.
Ben?
I do a lot of eating in bed, if you know what I mean.
Oh, God. What do you mean? Explain what you mean.
Dinner for 2?
Or dinner for 0.
The Wii U sort of very sadly went out of production this year. It's wrapped up.
We lost so many people
It's
this
done.
year.
So let's take a moment. Let's take a moment to remember the better times with the Wii U, the fun times we had with it. I'm now going to read out the original press release from the first ever reveal of the direct video of the Nintendo Wii U. So if we can cue up the music, get that going. Redmond, Washington. Nintendo released a global Nintendo Direct video revealing new information about the upcoming Wii U game console, including details about the system's touchscreen controller, the Wii U gamepad. Please stop giggling. A bit of respect, please.
Sorry,
Bit of
it's just-
respect.
I get
Bit of
emotional.
respect.
Getting very emotional.
In the video, which can be viewed online, Nintendo Global President Satoru Iwata illustrates how Wii U will revolutionize how people connect with games, each other, and entertainment through the system's unique and integrated second screen controller. The Nintendo Direct
Tommy,
video...
get a handle on your boner there.
The Nintendo Direct video included information about new ways to play with the television and the Wii U gamepad working as 2 integrated screens. The Wii U creates unique possibilities for gaming, allowing asymmetric gameplay where each player can have different goals, challenges and views within the same shared gaming experience. Oh...
Oh, rare.
Oh, we're off with a bang. We've come back from a break with renewed vigor and energy.
I just want to point out, foxes don't actually make that noise.
They don't meow?
No, they make a weird squeaking noise, but I didn't think that'd sound sexy.
Do you know they squeak?
Yeah, they go like, oh, I can't do it.
That's
That was like a
that's not it
goose.
either.
That was almost a dolphin, yeah.
Yeah, I can't do a dolphin noise. I tried for years though, because there was this one kid in my
Echo
high
the
school-
dolphin.
Huh?
Flipper the dolphin.
Dolphin, if you please. There was a guy. There was a guy in the
Dolph Lundgren.
Yeah, that's where I was hoping it would go.
Nintendo Dolphin.
Code name of the
Yeah.
GameCube. Is that correct?
Anyway, he could do a really good dolphin noise, and I was really jealous.
What
of
was
him
his
at, like,
name?
7. Will Rennie.
Oh, shout out to Will
I think
Rennie.
he's listened to this before. So
Oh,
if you're
really?
listening, Will, if you can still do that dolphin noise, teach me your secrets.
Record it and send it in.
And all the listeners,
just-
look him up and add him on Facebook.
Oh,
What's
no,
his name?
whoops.
Will Rennie. Send him some messages.
They won't know how to spell Will. There's actual full sex in Far Cry Primal.
Really?
Is it really? Wow.
There has been in the
Why'd
other
you just
Far
watch
Cry
that clip?
games, actually. No, because it was a guy and he went up and then he clubbed them and it was really funny.
Oh, okay.
Because they went all ragdolly in the middle of it.
Ugh.
You know.
Isn't that how it usually?
But the thing of like, because thinking about it, Far Cry 4 actually had a sex scene in it as well.
Did it?
And those are maybe the only games I've ever seen that in.
What about The Witcher 3?
Oh yeah, that has heaps.
Yeah, it has heaps. Lots of
Yeah.
titties and
I mean,
fucking.
GTA, you can go do it.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's in plenty.
It's in heaps.
I guess
I
my
did it-
brain is still stuck in
God
the
of
hot
War
coffee
3?
thing of
Yeah.
when like, but God of War, it's always like, and it is with most games as well, like with GTA and stuff as well, where like the camera pans away.
That's
tastefully
true.
To a fucking
God of War 3 was like a quick time, like.
You had to mash the circle button,
Yeah.
whatever.
But then there was like two weird girls watching, and that was the response you saw? Like you
Yeah.
saw them watching you fuck? It was
Well,
weird.
I didn't play it in your house. I don't know what was going on. But
Sleeping dogs, you can go on dates with girls.
That's right. It was like GTA, yeah, where you go on dates. Yeah.
When I got GTA 5, I was like, because I know this is a thing that you can do, I'm going to go, all right, I'm going to go bang a hooker. In
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
And I just felt bad as soon as I started
But what about
doing
in the
it.
game?
All right, please, if we're going to talk about this, we're going to need to
we
have
got to do some level of
moratorium of.
moratorium on, and then what happened in the video game.
Yeah,
John.
yeah,
So
yeah.
we-
Now
we
listen, after you
literally-
fucked the hooker, what did you do?
I think we also have to have at least one per episode.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, one per episode. Now,
It's a competition
enough about blowjobs for the three of us.
Oh, see, that's the problem. You just get down this rabbit hole.
And anyway,
God damn it.
That was me setting the ball upon the tee.
and then what about the metaphor you were doing? Oh Christ!
Fucking
But
hell.
I
All right,
please,
have we finished now?
I beg of you.
Okay, have we finished?
All right, stop saying you finished and you stop begging me.
All right. What were you saying?
Okay,
Let's be real.
we should point out to the listener, we just edited out 20 more minutes of that.
Can I just say, let me just say, good morning, video games. I've created a catchphrase.
I like it a lot. Okay, that's how
Gross
we...
little glint in your eye.
Yeah,
no,
be
fair.
honest. How long ago did you come up
No,
with it?
that was this morning. I was
This
racking my
morning?
brains to have like some kind of shtick today. Apart from talking about video games with my friends.
Is that what
used
you'd call
to-
a shtick? What's the... Because a shtick's like a larger embodiment of a thing that you're taking on.
Look,
It's not just one thing that you say.
Just wait till I roll it out over the course of the podcast.
All right.
Good morning, Tomb Raider.
You've stolen my bit.
Quickly, Knox, I thought of you on the way here.
Oh, that's
I
nice.
saw a car
Beautiful.
with the license plate pizza.
Oh, really?
And then, so I see that and I think, well, I've got a good opener for the podcast.
Yep.
Then we walk in here.
Yeah.
This son of a gun over here
That's
Ben Vernel.
Ben
Yep.
Vernel.
starts telling us about how he's made a pizza for dinner last night.
Yeah.
I'm thinking,
Yep.
what's going on here?
Yeah, when he told me that, my eyes bugged out of my head and my tongue rolled out along the floor like a
Yeah.
cartoon wolf.
Your dick bugged out of your pants as well.
Oh, don't even get me started. No.
Don't get me started on that dick of mine.
Good morning, Penis. That's what he said.
I'm on board now. It took
Great.
It took me 3.
I'm
Good
about to
morning,
bail.
Tomb Raider. I was like, I think I'm about 50% on this. But
Yeah.
now I'm
Now
totally
you're like
on
69%.
board. Ooh, and that is where I will remain. You've got Adam Knox, don't you?
Hello, I'm right here.
The new look Adam Knox.
I've got a haircut. That'll come across great for the listeners.
Oh,
That's
my
the first
favorite,
time.
My favorite kind of podcast
That's the
joke.
first time for this whole podcast that
we've-
any of us have said that.
Yeah.
I'm very proud to have jumped down that rabbit hole first.
I do hate it. I do hate people referencing that. It's like, what, you're just not allowed to talk about anything visual?
Yeah.
I mean, what are we meant to do? We're talking about a pretty visual medium. You know what I mean? I mean, we're fucked. We're up Chip Creek without a Wii remote.
You have started very strong, Tommy.
Also joining us, maybe the strongest starter of them all,
Ooh.
a good little boy called Ben Vernel.
Hello, everyone. I'm Ben Vernel.
You look
and-
exactly the same as always.
Yep.
No haircut.
Depressingly similar.
Getting pretty long there. When are you going to go in for the snip?
Bit of a shag on my head.
When are you going to go in for the snip?
Oh, pretty soon. I've got a corporate job.
No,
so
I
I've
mean
got
a vasectomy. When are you...
So do I.
What's this corporate job where you're not allowed to have any more
No,
children?
no. I'm going to keep all that money for myself.
Okay. You don't want it to go to the kids.
Yeah.
Right. You big paying corporate job.
Yes.
I get it.
Yeah, I'm self-centered.
And you also, this is a fact that the listeners won't know about you. You only ever do it bareback. So really the vasectomy is the only way for you to not have kids, right?
Some of the listeners would know that. Why didn't you started doing this podcast?
Hey, I think most of them.
Man, ain't nothing
Shout
better
out
than that.
to my fans.
Got to get that podcast pussy. Anyway, I wish I hadn't said that.
So do I.
Well, if only there was some way of us editing it out. Unfortunately, there's not. Also today we've got a guest. You know him as a comedian on Triple J. You know him as a host or one of the hosts of Good Game on the ABC. So he's not only is he a comedian, but he's an actual game journalist. And we are going to be asking him about ethics in game journalism. So
That's all I intend to speak about.
Yeah.
please welcome into Filthy Casuals, Michael Hing.
Good morning, filthy casual.
Oh, it's good.
He's already a good fit.
Call and response. I love it.
We've been talking about this on Facebook this week, the three of us. We've made a big mistake with this name for this podcast. That's
Yeah.
pretty clear at this point.
Yep.
What do you mean? I like it.
Look, it's great, but you know what?
There's a bunch of other people
Yeah.
who thought it was a great name
Yeah.
too,
Yeah.
and have started their own podcasts
Yeah.
with the exact same name.
It's impossible to search us at this point without finding. There's one about
Yeah.
World of Warcraft.
Yes.
There's
There's another just general video games one. There's one that isn't even anything to do with video games, I think.
Yeah.
It's about people who don't dress up and are just gross.
Yeah. They're just not particularly professional. And the only difference is that we're the only one with our names in the title.
Yes,
That's really
no
the
one
only
else called their
differentiation.
podcast Filthy Casuals with Tommy Dassalo, Adam Knox, and Ben Vernel.
But don't
so-
all of you also have different podcasts? So even if I search for Tommy Dassalo, I'm going to be finding multiple hits.
We're spreading ourselves pretty thin, but we want to get that podcast pussy.
Oh, he's
Gotta
done
have
it
as many
again.
podcasts.
He's called back
This
to
is
the
now,
thing.
again, in my podcasting experience, if you want something edited out, don't turn it into a thread. Don't keep saying it throughout the podcast because it's just more work down the line for someone else who I know for a fact in this case is not you. But yeah, I look, if I had it all over again, if I could go back in time and tell the three of us one thing, we should have called it Good Morning Video Games.
That would be
It's a
good.
good title at this point.
We've
Yeah.
gotten a lot of okay feedback for our original idea, which was Nintendo 69.
No.
What feedback have we got
I
for
told
that?
it to one guy and he was like, huh. And then I got
Talk
some
about
of that
some big
sweet podcast. No.
Michael, what do you reckon Knox's apartment looks like? We both reckon
For
pretty...
context, it's studio apartment, right?
Kind of. There's a separate kitchen.
Adam
Right.
Knox, given the state of your life, how do you afford to live alone? I don't understand that.
I have found a lot of priceless paintings at our shops. No, it's a real cheap place. That's why I live there. It's got like 1994 prices. It's crazy. And
so
it's
good.
being knocked down in about a year. The landlord told me that really fucking casually one day. He came around, they had to change some electrical thing for some safety law that had changed. This is last January, not the other day. But he came around and he was like, yeah, we just got to move... we got to move this thing over here. We got to change that. They'll come in on Thursday. Also, they're knocking this place up down in a year, so I'm annoyed I have to do this anyway. They got to move that over there as well. And I went, hold
So
on.
you being homeless was just a footnote, like it was just really rolled in there really
Yeah. So
casually.
Is it above a shop or something?
No, it's above another apartment.
Right, okay.
I've been out the front, and that's the closest I've come to being invited inside. Is I've
There's nothing to
given
see.
you-
It wasn't a slight or
Do you
anything.
have a bed as well as a couch, or are you just a one piece of furniture guy?
I have
Great question.
I have a bed. I have a bed.
Detective
and I don't have a couch. I have a single easy chair.
yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
It's so comfy and it's fucking great.
So are you one of those guys? Because you said you've been doing your degree pantsless. Do you kind of come inside and one of the best things about living alone is you walk inside,
Pants.
close the door,
Pants off.
Straight
pants
off.
come off.
I've bought a dozen tearaway pants just so I could get home and make that process.
I picture
possible.
you just sleeping in a big hammock like Baloo from the Jungle Book. That's what I
actually-
think of when I think of you in your house by yourself.
I bought new bed sheets not that long ago, and
Me too. How good is it?
It's fucking great, and
Great.
they're really soft, and they're a watermelon, and it looks like I sleep in a watermelon.
You're
What do you mean?
What?
It's like the pattern of a watermelon.
Oh,
You are Baloo. You're in a jungle.
Yeah, it's great.
I wouldn't have picked that, I've got to say. I
Yeah.
would not have picked that.
Yeah,
Nah, it's great.
It's like one of these little kooky sides of Knox that we didn't know
Sleeping in a
about.
watermelon and then in like cotton sheets.
I
as
sleep in a
well.
race car. Actually, no, I sleep in my car.
Sleep in a watermelon.
It's great.
Noxie, do you have a current partner of sorts who comes to your house to sleep with you?
No,
Okay.
sleep in a watermelon though.
I was wondering.
What about
if
that
the-
little Mowgli boy you're always fucking?
I was wondering if the watermelon was an outside influence or if it was a choice made by
Nah,
you.
I saw it. And
That's
and
why
it was
it's so
cheap.
delightful.
Right,
It's
yeah.
just
So
was
it
cheap.
wasn't a present from a girlfriend or something.
No,
or
no, no.
whatever. Yeah,
no.
okay.
I just thought it'd be fucking cool to sleep in a watermelon, and boy, was I right. It's fantastic. I haven't been sleep. I've never slept better in my life, honestly.
This is the best thing I've ever heard about you. This is so good. But
a man dressed like a stagehand sleeps in a watermelon.
Yeah, it's very good.
oh well, time to get out of my big watermelon and go and do my show called Chimp Cop at the Comedy Festival.
Yeah, I'm having a great time. I now think I've never been in love, but if you'd have asked me at different points in my
Yes.
life, I would have said anywhere between 2 and 19.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Not 19. That's a crazy number. That's an insane amount of times
Yeah.
to be in love.
Maybe
But
two-
me and Miranda
between 2
Kerr are
and
getting
4.
along real well now.
Miranda Kerr.
Miranda Kerr. I think we might be in love. I don't know. She's a.
She a fan of Good Game?
No, she's never seen it. She lives in Canada. But she's.
It's on YouTube.
What's her shoe size? What's her shoe size?
Shoe size about 18.
18.
18.
Huh,
18.
That's
She's
like,
a big lady.
that's
Or
really
small.
big.
Yeah, she's been to clown school. She's been Goliath. That's how I met her.
So
You know, the funny thing about clown shoes is that the reason they're comedic is because they're bigger than your feet actually require.
Yeah, no.
So for her, it actually isn't. A
But
size
she
18
still
foot.
does wear. She's only got a size 16 foot.
Oh,
She wears
now
an
that's
18.
funny.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
That's
Yeah,
really
yeah.
funny.
Yeah, I get it.
It's very difficult for her to walk down the catwalk in a modeling job because her shoes are just way too big. It's just a silly. She does it on her hands because she's very acrobatic. Which, tell you what, very interesting in the bedroom. But she
what way?
refuses to sleep with me. I'm gonna stop bothering to do this. There's no Miranda Kerr.
I'm crossing. I'm crossing my eyes, just trying to make sense of this. I know I'm going to see it any minute now.
Oh, do we want to do the quiz?
I think now's a pretty good time.
All right. I've got a quiz for you, Michael Hing.
You mentioned this before we started recording, and I am. Look, so one of the big things about me.
Yeah.
You're
as-
Asian, we get it.
We're foreigners. You keep saying it.
Untrustworthy foreigners.
Why are you pointing your hand up like that? That'll be a great one for the listeners.
Oh, bloody Hitler Youth, Michael Hing, Nuremberg rallies.
I like your hot armband there. Red, black, and white. Just like the white stripes. Cool band.
One of the big fears I have is that my background is as a stand-up, right?
Yes.
So going to this world of video games journalism, you're constantly getting hounded by people being like, "You're not a real fucking gamer," right?
Yes.
Even though I'm like, "Hey man, I'm better at fucking games than any of you shit," But you can't.
Yep.
You can't have a go at people,
Yep.
So
Well, this
I'm worried
quiz-
that this is going to reveal some
So good.
This quiz is designed to reveal your
my weaknesses, my
your
flaws.
hidden weaknesses.
So it's kind of a game in itself. So if you're really good,
Yeah, you should win.
your clicks per minute.
Now,
is that the
Wait, I can see.
Actions per minute, please.
action? Sorry,
I can see Ben's phone, and he's just got that quiz or that Facebook thing that finds your crush for you. I don't know how this is going to tie into video games.
Now,
but-
I've decided to call the quiz "One of These Hings is Not Like the Other."
Oh my
It's
God.
not a multiple choice quiz, but it was the best name I could think of. It's just general video game knowledge. So, Michael Hing.
I would have said hing around the posy. Hing around the rosy? Hing around the hosy.
we all get one, all right?
Knox, you got
I'm going to wait until I've got a good one, like you didn't.
Please keep the Nazi stuff, but edit that out. I implore you.
All right, so here we go. I only had time to write 4 questions. Okay.
Me and Hing have been drinking since 4 o'clock, but whatever.
Fuck. Just start you off with an easy one. Who voices the friendly robot Wheatley in the game Portal 2?
Ooh.
Oh, is it Stephen Merchant?
It's Mike Myers.
Oh, fuck. I know Stephen Merchant did that.
It's Mike Myers doing his Austin Powers voice.
I thought this was going to be a real fucked quiz, and now I'm not sure if this is a joke or not. I'm fucked.
No, all right, next question. Who does Kratos take the place of as God of War?
I don't know. I actually have no idea on this one.
Can I have a guess? Can I have a guess?
Someone have a
I would
crack.
say Mars or Ares, probably.
Bang.
Given that they are the god of war.
George W. Bush is the answer. George W. Bush.
So was that Stephen Merchant thing correct?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Okay. I was like, I'm fucked.
Wait, so for the last, let's say, minute, you've honestly thought that Mike Myers
I was like,
did the voice in that
obviously,
game.
the people who made Portal, they're huge comedy fans. Obviously, maybe they've got this to Mike Myers.
All right. I
This is how insecure I am. I doubted myself with this fucking quiz.
I'm just gonna do the third question.
Is the fourth one bad?
Yeah, I couldn't think of a good answer.
Wait, so you were going to just throw it out and then just think on the fly?
And then just improv a mad burn.
So, okay, here's the third question. Who is slower? A, Sonic, B, Mario, C, Link, or D, the average Call of Duty fan?
Oh, this is so bad.
Punch up, Ben.
And
He is.
that was one of these Hings is not like
No.
What was
It's Sonic is the slowest. That'll be your dumb answer, right? Is it Sonic who's the slowest?
I
in your
didn't even
answer?
choose one.
All right, well, I want to hear question 4.
The
Yeah,
slowest
that's exactly
person
what I
of them
want.
is that idiot who wrote that quiz.
What's question 4?
Fourth question was, which bad guy was introduced in 1987's Super Mario Brothers 2?
Well,
George W. Bush.
No, George Bush Sr.
The real answer's Birdo, right?
No.
No, it's Shy
Birdo's in
Guy, I
that.
think.
No, Birdo's in that. Birdo's a pink
Do you
bastard.
mean, well, Super Mario Brothers 2 gave us the Shy Guys. It gave
Yeah.
us, I don't want no Shy Guy.
have you guys ever drunk before you've done one of these podcasts before? Because I have
Never.
someone starting to think that this is a different episode.
Hey, look, maybe it's the rude boy beers talking, but I think this is the best one we've ever done. Birdo. Birdo was...
Birdo was the pink one that shoots eggs at it.
Did you mean the main bad guy? Because the
Fucking,
big boss.
it's a joke. Although it was based, I did look up a bunch of real video game quizzes to get the questions.
To rip off, yeah.
I think Shy Guy was the one they
answers.
used.
Yeah.
But there's a whole bunch.
Birdo's been brought back.
Technically, that's not correct as well. Because Super Mario Brothers 2 was
the
actually
Lost
Doki
Levels.
Doki Panic.
Shut up, nerd.
That's a crazy bit of video game trivia that no one knows.
Hey, speaking of Mario stuff, this is a bit of comedy that I've never been confident enough to do in front of like an audience because I'm always afraid that like people won't.
Did you just get inspired by Ben doing his comedy?
Yes.
If he can do it, anyone can.
Welcome to our open mic podcast. Just shut out your shit on
Yeah,
these,
what do you guys
everyone.
think of this bit? You know how there's like a Wario, there's a Mario and a Wario, there's a Luigi and there's a Waluigi.
Yeah.
Can I very quickly interject here? When they
Yep.
introduced Waluigi, it annoyed me so much because
Ruigi. You call him Ruigi, right? You spin the L around and it's an R and you call
I
him
always
Ruigi.
thought it would have been a T. Because
Upside down.
No, because Wa in I hope I'm Wa means like bad
yeah.
as a thing. So when
right.
they Wa
So
in
it's
front
just
of
like
things,
a
so
kind of
Wario-
coincidence-y
it's
kind of thing.
Yeah.
So it's
So
just chance that
Waluigi.
Wario was
So it's like no, they did that because it's like a clever pun in
it's
Japanese to be like
okay.
Wario, and then they just
feel
carried
like-
it across branding
feel
wise.
like-
Yeah.
Me as a person, as a consumer, and I
Yes.
feel like a lot of people are in the same position, and I also feel like Nintendo themselves are like this. We're all just so on the fence about Waluigi. Like,
Yeah.
we need to go to the polls on this because they sort of...
You've interrupted Hing's bit.
No. I'm
Probably
happy to talk
gonna
about
explore
Waluigi
it.
because.
sorry. No, go on.
No, I was going to say I'm happy to talk about Waluigi because he is hands down my favorite Nintendo character of all time.
You love him.
I love him. I love him so much because specifically in Mario Tennis,
Oh, yeah.
he has a special move where he just erects a pool of water around him and swims through it in order to like hit your. That's his like special move. He just he just makes a pool of water and swims. And I was like, this is so fucking crazy. And when I was like 15, I was playing that game. I was like, "This is the greatest man."
Yeah, right.
This guy speaks to me. I like
So fucking rando.
yeah, exactly. And he's like
Randoigi.
and he's like the most evil and like sad. He's always like
he is
upset.
sad.
Yeah, he's like always upset. I love
Yeah,
it.
Genuinely-
but see, to me, like as soon as Wario came along, I've always loved Wario.
Right.
He's Wario's my favorite video game character of all time.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
But the fact that
Mine's Austin Powers from Portal 2.
the fact that he's so he's the bad guy in the second Game Boy Mario.
Yeah.
And then the third
is
Game
really
Boy
good.
Mario. Yeah, it's great. The third Game Boy Mario was you play as him. And I remember all the marketing for that at the time was, this is the game where you get to play as the bad guy. And thinking, whoa, man, what a fucking game changer.
Yeah.
And then you go in and it's like, oh, it's just a platformer. But like,
it's the same
all the
game.
mechanics of it are cool. And he's had a few games of his own. It's been a while since they've given him his own game, which is a bit of a bummer.
Yeah.
But I've always loved him in stuff. My problem with Waluigi is they've just brought him on as this little mate or little brother to Wario. And he's now but he's always he's in the Mario Kart games and he's in tennis, but he never shows up in anything else. So I just don't know, what is he
Oh, you want to know
about?
his story. You want to know his...
Because Wario has all these games
I
where
bet
it's like
it's
him
too
and he's just
fucked
like...
up. I bet it's too
Like
brutal.
Waluigi's seen some shit.
Yeah, let's play Waluigi's rape dungeon. Let's.
Oh my
Here we go. Maybe hit the edit button on that one.
Honk that edit button, fam. No, but
He's like the only thing I know about Waluigi for sure is that in the opening movie of Mario Tennis on the GameCube, there's a bit where him and Wario are walking around up to no good, and they come across posters of Mario and Luigi, and they draw some shit on them.
Yeah.
And Waluigi draws glasses on Luigi's face. He goes, "Take that, Mr. Eyeballs."
Fuck.
Yeah,
I
the
think
only
he's-
words I've ever heard him
I think
say.
he's real weird and random, and probably would have an existential crisis going
Yeah.
on. That's what I think he is. Yeah.
But I just, you play those
Waluigi
Wario...
just is Luigi.
But you
It's
play those...
it's like the Fight Club version.
Yeah.
I just need a game where he
Comes into his own.
Some kind of it's been a while since they've done a new Wario platformer.
Yep.
Yeah.
Do one and have it sort of co-op style where you have Waluigi in there.
yeah.
Make it bloody Waluigi's mansion, and it's all about keeping poor people away or some shit. That's just some fucked.
It's all about
Anyone
keeping the
come-
cops from finding the Fritzl style room that you've got built underneath the mansion. I need something for this guy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right, well, here's the bit. It's just that there's no Peach.
Yeah.
There's no fucked woman who's just there, some real rough
That would be great.
Just you know what I mean? There's you got these evil dudes. Why isn't there just a fucked woman who's just
Yeah, put it up me shitter, Mario.
Maybe it's the Japanese culture thing where it's
I don't know. I love that, the three of us are we're done, and you're no, I'll try and keep this conversation going.
I've got some analysis to do.
Yeah, Queech, bring her in.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh my god! Why
Your
hang
princess
on.
is in another castle and she's on her rags. I love this podcast.
I'm looking at the phone for the purposes of content.
Okay,
So
great.
it's not a rude thing to do.
It's still rude. Rude. To the right of me, you've got the other host of the show, Ben Vernel.
I was paying attention that entire time, and I know what you talked about, and I wasn't looking at the computer.
Okay, what were we talking about then?
Video games?
Yes, we kind of were in a roundabout way.
Yeah.
And joining us today, we have a guest. You know him from Good Game.
Yes.
You know him from Spicks and Specs.
I did that one time.
You know him from Triple J.
Yes, I did that 194 times.
Well, you're a white male, so of course you did.
Oh, dear.
Let me say his name. It's Dave Callan.
Oh, hello there.
Let's do a special episode all about model trains.
Right?
Oh, did you know coming out for PSVR, there's going to be a model train game?
Oh, really?
Yeah. And you don't even have to have your own basement. You can just put on your VR helmet and away you go.
You do have to have gone through a divorce before it'll let you play it.
Yeah, that's ideal.
That would be amazing. A story mode in it where it's the relationship beginning, marriage, then the marriage breaking down, then divorce court. It's like 40 hours of gameplay before you get to the model train
You get to
set.
watch your kids being taken away in full 3D.
Yeah,
It feels like
wow.
you can reach out and not touch them anymore.
You had to look out the back window and see her with Pierre the gardener in full VR off. Oh no!
Work starts to slip. You use the motion controllers to bring the bottle up to your mouth.
You find yourself looking at the newspaper at like secondhand train sets. Oh, maybe.
No, so that's the real turning point where it's like, yeah, you have to leaf through and there's like several different train sets that you can choose from.
Yes.
That's right.
Yep.
Adam Knox.
G'day, I'm the big one. Hello, nice to be here.
So let's talk about you when you turned up at this house. Because you
right.
get here, you knock on you ring my doorbell.
I'm surprised you're the one to bring this up.
Well,
Yeah,
I
rung
actually
your
want to talk
doorbell.
about it because it was a life first for me. So you ring the doorbell, you have to ring it twice.
Yep.
I don't answer. So you then call me.
Gave you a ring.
Yeah, I pick up the phone and I say, hey man, I can't come to the door. I'm taking a shit.
Yep, on the shitter is the term you use.
I was on the shitter. And that has been something that I've been scared of happening for literally my entire life. Like if I have people coming around and I need to go number 2, I'm always worried that that's the moment that it's going to happen. And it's never happened to me until today.
It'd be really like the way my apartment thing is set up is that the toilet is directly
At the front door.
Yeah, it is. It's right next to it, and the window leads out to the front.
Right.
And so
So you could let people in through the window of the toilet that you're in.
No, it's too high. But if I heard a knock on the door, I'd have to freeze completely because if I made a sound in there, it'd be really audible. So if they
So what, you would just pretend that you're not home at all, rather
I'd
than
have
have a
to.
visitor know that you're on the toilet.
Yeah, because probably. Because if I got, I'd be worried that I'd take too long to get to the door from the shit I was doing. We don't need to get in my personal life.
Sure.
This
or what I
is
do.
the best video games.
Well, hey, let's quickly say this. So this is why I brought this up, because I thought this would be a good segue.
Okay.
Speaking of real
So far, it isn't.
Speaking of real pieces of shit, Ben is not here today.
Okay.
He's stuck up in the hills with a car that doesn't work.
Probably just on the toilet pretending he's not.
Oh, I wonder, actually, we should call him at some point in this podcast and
Yeah,
get him
right.
check in, get him on speaker. But anyway, Ben is not with us today. However, we have a guest in the form. You know him from the Hey Fan podcast. Please welcome Andrew Levins.
Hi.
So we are here today. We thought we should talk about Uncharted 4. We talked about it last week. We had played like an hour. We played the first hour together.
Yeah.
You've now, both of these men in front of me, you've both finished it,
Oh, you
right?
finished it too, Knox?
Yeah, I finished
High
it.
five.
Yep.
Can't.
For anyone, we weren't even that far away.
we high-fived like two people that have just finished Uncharted in 24 hours.
Whoa.
By the way, I should say, we talked last episode, we kept count. The first hour of Uncharted 4, we can say definitively contains, was it 5?
It was, I think, like 6 or 7.
Right.
It was a lot. I tried to count how many whoas there were throughout the game, and I stopped around
No,
20.
69.
Are they really?
Oh,
Wow.
What an
that's
Easter
magical.
egg. Imagine if that was true.
It is.
Really?
Yeah.
I had a beauty just before. I was playing it just before. A beauty where you
Yeah,
drive
we
over
all
a
know about
bridge.
your shit, mate.
There was a knock on the door. I was like, whoa. I'm still shitting in here. But I am up to Madagascar. I'm up to chapter 10.
I think that was my favorite part of the whole game.
It was really good. There was like
I'm just at the bit where you have to shoot that zebra that's voiced by Chris Rock. Good morning, video games. Welcome to Filthy Casuals, a podcast about video games hosted by 3 of the most authoritative voices in video games journalism. My name is Tommy Dassalo. We also have, to my immediate right,
Adam
you'd
Knox.
say your own name.
Well, I thought you were going to... I didn't... Usually when someone introduces someone...
Porky Pig, everyone.
Well, I obviously was thrown by the fact that you didn't say my name during an introduction. Nobody would go like, please welcome to the stage.
Yeah, but I
and then
gave
walk away
you a look
immediately.
as if to
Yeah.
go like, get off
All
your
right, well, my
fucking-
name's Adam Knox. I have a PhD in video games. I'm an authoritative. I got it from the school of Fuck You, Tommy. It's a very popular school.
The world's leading video games academy, yeah.
Yeah, they regret the name, but it was a heated moment, and they signed the forms already. And to my immediate right, see,
I did
that wasn't a joke. There were like 3 seconds there where that wasn't a joke.
No, there was no seconds there when it wasn't a joke.
You haven't said your name still.
Master of improv, as we all know that, Ben Vernel.
I don't have any degrees in video games.
What do you have a degree in?
Philosophy and literature.
Is that true? You studied philosophy?
Yeah.
What a wanker.
Oh, fuck.
Was it good?
Yeah, it was great.
Did you enjoy it?
Yeah. It makes you real sad, though, because it makes you understand how, meaningless life is. So let's talk about some video games, shall we?
You need to study philosophy to work that out? I don't know. I feel like that's front and center of pretty much every human interaction.
You think you're better than Plato and Aristotle and Socrates, do you?
In many ways, yeah. I'm better at video games than him.
Better at not being a dead cunt.
Yeah.
Let me in. Let me in.
Who's that? No, it's not me talking to myself, in spite of how it might sound at home. Please welcome onto Filthy Casuals, Demi Lardner.
Yeah, I got my name said.
Yeah.
I had a whole bit.
The one person you... Yeah.
Okay, well, let's go back. Okay.
No.
Rewind.
I was just going to say John C. McGinley. It wasn't going to be...
Oh, from Scrubs.
Yeah. From Scrubs and Point Break.
Very true.
He's in Platoon, I think.
He is in Platoon.
Is
He's the
he?
sergeant. Yeah.
He's in Rob Schneider's The Animal.
Office Space.
He's in Office Space. He is too.
Yeah, he's in Office Space.
He's one of
Season
the
2 of Shrubs.
Are you thinking of Weeds?
Guys, let's by the end of this... Okay.
It's all the same characters, but they're horticulturalists.
Yeah.
They're tree surgeons.
At the end of the day, you can't save every bush's life, I guess. That's like a Scrub song that we'll
So
play.
That is Shrubs. Oh, fuck.
So they come back second season and they've all deferred. They've all dropped out of nursing or doctoring or whatever they were doing.
Yeah.
Doctoring.
They were all
dropped
doctoring.
out of
Some were
medicine.
doctors.
Yeah.
Carla was a nurse.
So we start with Zach Braff. He's at the first day of horticultural school and he's like, oh man, it's really sad that I'm not going to see Turk and all the other ones anymore. And by sheer stroke of coincidence, they've all done the exact same thing.
Yeah.
I like it a lot.
We're recording? Yep. Okay, just started here.
All right.
Good morning, video games. Welcome to Filthy Casuals, a podcast about video games hosted by three of the most knowledgeable games journalists in the video game field. My name is Tommy Dassalo. Sitting with us here, we've also got
Ben Vernel, a very experienced and very credible video games journalist.
And we've also got
Adam Knox. 7 means pretty good. 8 means very good. 9 means excellent. 10, well, you've got yourself a masterpiece.
Have you ever played something that you'd think would be a 10?
Perhaps the game that we're going to talk about today?
No, but there's a lot of good games out there.
What a big call by a big
Remember
boy.
when I used to read the official Nintendo magazine and when Turok 2 came out, they gave it a 10 out of 10. They gave it 100%, which was huge for the day.
It couldn't be better.
Those weapons.
And they were right. Nothing has been better since. I think we can all agree.
That was the peak of bow and arrow.
Oh, man.
Hey,
baby.
shut the fuck up until I've introduced you. How about that? Joining us today, we have a special guest. You'll know him from the Fancy Boy TV pilot, local Melbourne via Perth comedian. Please welcome into Filthy Casuals. Let's blow the dust out of the cartridge and plug him in. It's Ben Russell. Yeah.
Ben Russell, I live video games.
It'll be interesting to see. I'm really looking forward to seeing how all the mod stuff on the consoles works. 'cause, like,
and they'll be releasing a patch soon. They're doing it first for the PC and then they're bringing it out for the consoles. Right. The thing, the PC one will be next week even.
Oh, yeah.
okay.
I think. I don't know.
Well, that'll be good. And some of the mods they've done already are like pretty useful things. Like there's one where instead of your 4 little fucking words like sarcastic, that's real annoying.
Say that
that
a lot.
sarcastic one because it's never like sarcastic agreement or sarcastic disagreeing. It's always just a little sarcastic, and it'll just say some bad joke.
Yeah.
So someone's like, "Hey man, thanks for helping." He goes, "Helping, more like blelping and Fallout."
It's like the worst James Bond dialogue.
Yeah, it's terrible. Yeah. Pussy Mutfruit galore. And it's
I think that was a bit even below.
I did what I promised I would do.
Oh,
what's that?
I have a lesbian lover.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you so much. I'm
it's 2277 or whatever it is.
Me and Piper were together.
Me and Piper are together as well.
Really?
Yeah.
I
So
just
we're-
like my dog.
Both ways.
Yeah, so we're girlfriends and we just sleep in the same bed and I get lover's embrace, which gives me more XP.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
So she helps me.
Do you get to say anything?
Oh no!
Every morning
Do you
when
get
you
to see
wake
a Mass Effect style, like, soft focus scissoring?
if you actually want to know,
Yeah, I do want to know.
you just wake. She's just in the bed clothed when you wake up,
Okay.
like normal, like in real life.
Like in real life, yeah. Yeah. Clothed and disappointed.
You have one extra Mutfruit in your inventory.
You can plant it and then assign someone to it. And
To tend
it. Tend my Mutfruit.
That's where you came from, Joey.
That story was so epic that
Yeah.
it would be impossible to be.
You can't
Like-
keep Shepard around. You can't go back to that, yeah.
And let's like, oh, this happened to someone just in a different neighborhood.
Yeah.
They were. Hey.
Man, how could the same shit happen to the same galaxy twice?
Hey man, have you been hearing there's some crazy things that are happening on Earth? I don't care. I got a different mission. Let's not get involved in that.
Yeah.
We got something. I got a baby I need to find.
That'd be great if it starts with like, if there's like one line early on where they're like, man, did you hear about all the Shepherd stuff? Irrelevant.
Irrelevant.
Yeah.
I got to find my.
Why do you want him to be like this? Where is he even from in your one?
And why is he looking for his baby?
I got to find my baby and avenge my parents.
You want to play the Fallout 4 storyline in the Mass
No,
Effect
it's
world.
just everything. I just got to avenge everyone. I come to this place and I'm gonna make it for myself. It's Grand Theft Auto.
It's just like it's like the Jewish immigrant New York story, but in a different galaxy.
Yeah, it's ready. People are ready for that.
That sounds fucking awesome, actually.
Adam Knox.
Hello, Thomas. Thank you for inviting me to your program.
And also sitting to my right, the other co-host of the program, Ben Vernel.
Hello, Thomas. Thank you for inviting me on your program.
Oh, it's very formal today. I like it a lot.
Well, we're in...
Jinx. This is the only time before we've ever recorded where we've said, okay, just be conscious of not stepping over each other.
Yeah.
And so when we both said it then, we were both too polite to keep talking.
Yeah, we were both like deers in each other's headlights.
Yeah. Two deers driving cars in opposite directions. Both of them go like, oh, well, I got to fucking be at work. This guy's really spooky.
But it's my instinct to just freeze.
We've got two guests on the show today who you'll know from the Weekly Planet podcast. Please welcome into Filthy Casuals, Nick Mason and Mr. Sunday Movies.
Thank you. Oh, I thought we were going to harmonise. But we didn't harmonise. Thank you, Thomas, for having us on the show. I have a piece of correspondence here that basically I've just been waiting to say on a podcast.
Oh, I know exactly.
I feel it's inappropriate on the podcast, on our podcast, but like so.
Oh, so you're just treating us like international waters.
Yeah, exactly.
Not all of your listeners are going to come over and hear this.
Yeah, we're
back in the bin.
That's right. So like. We get a lot of fan theories on our podcast. It's always like, oh, what if this heroic character in this movie was actually a villain? Here's all the clues that point to that or whatever.
You love him and I hate him.
I love him and James hates him. But like one week we were like, okay, we're going to open the floodgates. Here's our email address. If you have some fun fan theories, if you've got and it could be movies, TV shows, anything, give us a fan theory and I'll because I love reading them, so send them in.
Wait, was this the first time you'd ever given your email address out on the podcast?
Oh no, it's been we shut it down for a while because we were getting too much correspondence. Right. But anyway, so we're like, any fan theories? You got any theories? Send them in.
It's hard being popular.
Yeah, right. And so this one, it just says theory is the title. It says, okay, love your podcast, keep up the great work. Also, you talked about Nazis, but Nazis is a slur. The Germans were National Socialists. The mainstream version of World War II is a complete lie. There was no program to exterminate Jews with gas, so the Holocaust is entirely made up. There is plenty of research on the matter. The reason why the Jews made up the Holocaust is to get victim status while they continue for their plan of world domination in the background. Jews had declared war on Germany, not the other way round. Behind every subversive movement that divides us, you will find Jews, whether it's liberalism, feminism, LGBT, Black Lives Matter, etc., etc. Also, Jews did 9/11, 7/7, Paris attacks, Sydney siege, and other attacks.
Maso, can you start reading the letter, please?
Are behind Al-Qaeda and ISIS. Jews run the media, newspapers, Hollywood, and the large publishing houses, so most of your thoughts are controlled by them. They are even behind diversity and multiculturalism and the whole gender thing.
Those blights.
Yeah. There is a lot of coding in storylines in their movies too. So if you are wondering, wondering why the West has gotten dumber and entertainment is getting more shallow and perverse, then there is your answer. It is called cultural Marxism. Regards and grab that gem, which is our catchphrase. And that's from Joe. So
I thought the Switch launch lineup was bad, but that really puts things into perspective.
As a Jew, I can confirm that is all true.
I know, right?
He's found us out.
Yeah.
That bizarre Venn diagram that guy sits in between his beliefs and being a fan of your podcast.
I know, right?
So that's a fan theory that he sent you.
Yeah, that's his
about
theory.
real life history.
Yeah. That was the week of send us in your theories.
I've got a fan theory about World War II.
That's good.
That's yeah. I was about to say, like, I reckon that's a guy who just has that text
Ready to go.
just ready to go to the drafts folder, and anything he listens to or sees,
Any
where there's
YouTube video,
any email address he comes across, he's like, well, they're getting it.
Yeah,
But not including the catchphrase it on the end. That's great. Good morning, video games. Welcome to Filthy Casuals, a podcast about video games and 90s Disney cartoons, hosted by three of the most ethical journalists in games journalism. My name is Tommy.
We're all men.
We sure
boy.
are.
I'm not a man yet.
Yeah. One day. What do you think it'll take for you to become a man?
To suck.
Oh, so good. My name is Tommy Dassalo. We're also joined by Adam Knox.
Hello.
And Ben Vernel.
Hello, everyone.
We should mention we are recording this immediately following our holiday spooktacular that we just did.
Yep.
We've had another couple of beers in between, so this one could get... I'm feeling a little loopy, guys, I got to tell you.
Well, it's good because it's the silly season, it's the festive season, the silly time of year, the festive time of year. So it's a time to discuss, in my opinion, let's all say it at the same time. The game of the year. All right. I knew something was going to happen. I didn't know who was going to be the one to do it.
Yeah, I thought we'd all do it, to be honest. By the way, Adam's very invested in this. He's currently on his phone. Are you texting your friend who you meant to meet up after this, telling them that you're going to be late? Oh, it's actual work on
I've got a list.
Well,
the list.
I've got a list of games of the year potential
you've written
candidates.
a list and you're checking it twice?
I will check it a bunch of times, man. I want to be accurate with this.
You'll need to.
This is going to stand forever. This is going to go on the covers of video games. This is going to go on boxes of their Game of the Year editions.
Oh, yeah, it is too,
Being
yeah.
like, hey, it's the Filthy Casuals Game of the Year.
Yeah.
I mean, this is,
Motherfucker.
to every website,
Yeah.
in across all media, if you're a movie website, if
Yeah.
you're a TV website,
Yep.
they're all doing, the wrap up of the best of the year. And
Absolutely.
so we're doing the same thing.
It's
We're
the
doing-
easiest content to push out at this time of year.
If someone sees like the end of the year, it's like boom.
I'm kind of, we feel
Clicks.
obligated, I guess, a little bit to do it. And
Sure.
also, it's, there's a lot of games to discuss as potential game of the year.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
it should lead to some
There's been
interesting...
a lot of great games. Like I just
Yeah.
ever. Yeah.
But by the end of this episode, we're gonna talk about our favourites, and by the end of this episode, we will have crowned the official Filthy Casuals Game of the Year of 2002.
Next up, we got Warcraft.
I just to be honest, I'm a little bit distracted by the gaming experience this year because, as you guys both know, 2002. This is the year that I've lost my virginity this year. So,
Oh, congratulations.
As far as experiences in the year, I mean, video games, as much as I love them, even the best game I've played this year is still going to be a distant second.
Well, look, it's...
In many ways, like courting a woman could be called a game.
In many ways, yeah.
Maybe we should write a book about that.
I don't know, man. That sounds like the sort of thing that might end up being controversial.
Yeah.
Or at the very least, the first thing that a bunch of open micers talk about.
I feel like men have rights too. No, I don't.
So I just thought it was very funny, and I tipped my head forward to laugh, and my fedora fell off my head. Like, you guys are still wearing. I
glued
can't,
mine on.
I can't imagine a time where I'm ever not going to want to wear a fedora. You feel great, you look great. It's so good.
Yeah, my trench coat as well. Like with the Matrix still being this popular, I'm looking cool all day.
All those subreddits we moderate. Oh,
those what? I don't understand
it's a new
the
thing, man.
reference.
It's a new thing.
Do you mean like a BBS?
Yeah.
Is this like a forum?
Yep.
Like an internet chat forum?
Yes.
I've looked up a few of them on Lycos.
It's an alt-net
Oh,
thing.
fuck, I forgot to tell you guys, I found the funniest thing on Newground. Anyway, no, sorry. Keep going through the games.
All right. Have you been to Albino Black Sheep lately, by the way? Very good.
I was like 90% done on downloading the new episode of Futurama, and then
nice.
Mum picks up the phone.
God damn it, Mum.
Cutting off the internet connection.
Don't pick up the phone, Mum.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Trying to download South Park.
Your mum's an idiot.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Downloading a real media file over here.
Yeah.
35 meg, I mean, fucking hell, it doesn't just take care of itself.
It's crazy,
Yeah.
man.
I
And
had
then
it
you
on all day
download
while I was
it.
at school.
You download like new episode of Futurama or whatever on Napster, and then it turns out to just be porn.
Yeah, but who wants to see that?
Basically, like 1942,
I don't understand it yet.
Battlefield 1942, and it's like a fully immersive experience where you get thrown into the World War II situation, and you get to just kill a whole bunch of the Allies. It's great.
Speaking of a fully immersive experience, have I told you guys yet about how I lost my virginity this year?
Yeah, you did mention it.
Just so good.
You've never expanded on it though. Do you want to?
I've done it with a girl as of this year, guys. As of this year,
You keep not telling us her name, and none of us have
what's
ever
her
met
name
her.
and what's
Do you
her
want her phone number?
Yeah, right.
97.
We appear to be in a bit of a Mexican standoff, don't we?
Like Reservoir Dogs, my favorite movie.
Oh, so good.
I don't have that. Anyway, Burnout 2.
You don't have the VHS?
No, the video store near me doesn't have it. Civic Video does. It's always rented out or something. I don't know. It's hard to know. Burnout 2 is the next one.
Mm-hmm.
You never played it.
Are you reading through every game? That
No,
came
I
out
made a
this
short
year?
list of
Okay,
ones
made
I
a short
remember
list.
being
Okay,
good.
Cool.
I'm reading them off of my phone. I've sticky taped a note on the back of this landline phone I've got.
That of games that you very freshly remember are good.
Yeah. Tony Hawk 4.
Yeah.
Now we're talking.
Great series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Skateboarding is so cool.
It's fucking, man. Have you seen any of the CKY videos?
Oh, man. The best.
A mate of mine had one, a tape that he got. Someone else recorded the tape for him.
Yeah.
This guy fucking Bam is a loose fucking unit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so funny.
The music is great as well.
It's like Jackass. He's in Jackass as well, if you've ever seen
Speaking
that.
of like mates doing things, my mate reckons he fingered a girl on the beach the other day. How cool's that?
Probably got a bit of sand in there.
That's crazy that he did that.
No, I reckon there's a bit of sand in there.
What's the next game on the list?
Man, that's like from... have you seen Attack of the Clones yet? There's this line in there he goes, I hate sand. It's coarse and rough. It's
It
real
gets
stupid.
everywhere.
It's worse than Phantom Menace somehow.
These new ones are like... And
I
you know,
don't know.
we've got to love them because this is all we're ever going to... You know what I mean?
Well,
this is it.
they're
last
not gonna
one
make
ever
any
is-
more after these,
Exactly,
yeah.
the last one ever is
Especially
coming
how
up.
badly these have been doing. You'd be
Yeah.
fucking stupid to pay $4 billion for this. Anyway... Vice City, Grand Theft Auto Vice City.
Amazing.
Really good game.
Absolutely amazing.
Yeah. The 80s are back, baby.
Oh, they're back in
heard
a
it here
big way.
first.
Yeah, in 80s, baby.
So the soundtrack is incredible.
Yeah. The radio on these, like the GTA 3.
Yeah. Very
This
similar
one-
to GTA 3.
In gameplay, yes.
Yeah.
But aesthetic-wise...
But that's fine. When
Great.
something's as good and it's like revolutionary as GTA 3, I'm willing to have a bit more.
Absolutely, yeah. At least one more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Speaking
I'm
of
done.
something being very revolutionary that you're sort of happy to have a bit more of.
Yeah.
I told you guys about how I lost my virginity this year.
No, I don't think you have mentioned that thus far.
How did that happen?
Just
Walk us through it.
just my number one gal at the moment. We
Yeah.
went to Inspiration Point.
It's 2002, mate, not 1952. What are you doing?
You weren't at make-out point.
New language for a new millennium, please.
Yeah. A new millennium. And he will never go out of fashion.
Have you seen has anyone seen iRobot yet?
I don't
I'm looking
know.
forward to iRobot, I think.
I've heard that the script's in the works.
I've watched the trailer a couple of times, by which I mean I've gone to the cinema and seen movies that at the start of
Sure,
a
yeah.
bunch of times.
Yeah, I went to the drive-in.
I can't drive. Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell. That sounds cool. But here's the thing. Splinter Cell has all these gadgets, or this amazing
gadget.
lighting. The lighting looks really good.
The lighting looks good.
Yeah.
Who are you, fucking some photographer cunt?
That was... I can't believe how quickly you were able to draw that. Just fast as a fucking quick racing cunt. You are. Speedy as a fucking running cunt.
Yeah.
Wind Waker, yeah.
I'm not,
fun
actually.
Fun game, a lot of classic.
Amazing
just
game.
Zelda can sort of do
music
no wrong
and
at this
stuff is
point.
very
Yeah,
good
it's all
as well.
cool.
Yeah.
Your little talking boat dude is very cool.
I don't think there's ever going to be a Zelda game that I don't like.
Yeah.
No, I think that, you know, looking skyward, sword, bad.
Sorry,
Hey, so-
I had a moment there. I had a bit of a stroke.
Like I've been trying to put a lot of time into the Wind Waker, but a little while, like a couple months ago, I didn't have as much time to play games because I actually lost my virginity this year. And,
wow, how long did that take if you didn't have enough time?
Let me just tell you it happened at night and
Can you go step by step from the start?
I mean, we did it at night, and let me just say, what a Twilight princess she was. I mean, unbelievable stuff.
Yep.
Wow,
fantastic.
Yeah, man. Oh, look, Majora.
We can all say that video games are very shagadelic, baby.
Good morning, video games. Welcome to Filthy Casuals, a podcast about video games hosted by three extremely kind and knowledgeable boys. My name is Tommy Dassalo. We are here presenting the 2016 Year in Review / Game of the Year Award from the Filthy Casuals boys, walking down the red carpet right now, wearing a stunning backless number. Give us a twirl, sweetheart. It's Ben Vernel.
Thanks, Tommy. Thanks for having me. I've been dressed by ASOS. And I'm nominated for Best Co-Host of a Video Games Podcast.
Very nice. And on your arm here, you're clutching this wonderful specimen. He's wearing a Kmart business shirt and some canvas shoes. It's Adam Knox.
Hello, it's lovely to be here. What a beautiful evening. This is the night of my dreams. I haven't been nominated for anything, but I'm just happy to be here. It's a genuine honor. I'd like
Here
to
to
thank...
support me. Thanks, babe.
Yeah, it's absolutely great. It's a beautiful night. All the stars are here. There's Mario. There he is. I can see him from here. Look, it's Donkey Kong, slightly further above him. Wait, no, they're not getting along.
So in this scenario, Tommy, you're the red carpet host.
Yes.
You're the Joan / Melissa Rivers of this situation.
Yeah, pretty much.
And Knox and I are a couple attending the awards.
Yes.
Does Melissa Rivers do it? Now, Joan Rivers' daughter does the red carpet stuff now?
Yeah, that's right, isn't it?
I don't know.
I think so.
That's cool if it is.
Yeah.
They did it together
But we
for a
haven't.
while.
But the most important thing about this reality that we've concocted, according to Knox's contribution, there's just a real life scenario from a video game happening just over there.
Yeah.
In my ideal world, everything is like that Adam Sandler movie.
Pixels.
Switch.
Big Daddy.
Switch.
Click, I mean.
Click.
Yeah.
You got excited because you thought, wait a minute, Adam Sandler's made a movie
I was
that has
about-
the same title as a Nintendo console, and then you realised, no, fuck it, that's not what it's called at all.
Hey, it's close. Were you thinking of Hitch, maybe?
Yeah, Will
think I
Smith
might
in
have-
Switch.
Yeah.
I am never not thinking of Hitch.
Yeah.
Kevin James is brilliant.
Yeah.
You're sitting down and leaning against a wall at the same time right now.
The absolute madman that I am.
He's got those little shorts on again that we've talked about before. I feel very threatened by them. I feel threatened by the amount of inner thigh that I'm seeing right now.
Oh, baby.
Baby, it's a wonderful time of year.
Yes.
All the stars are here. There's Sonic. Oh, there he goes.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Nobody's seen Solid Snake.
Here come 8 different versions of Link. All the timelines are here.
So, Time Magazine's 50 greatest games of all time, what they consider to be the 50 greatest games of all time.
Yep.
We had to pick
What
one.
more relevant a publication in the year 2016 than Time Magazine?
Yeah.
The magazine ignored at airports for longer than...
We thought we'd go through and not focus on all of them, but sort of there's a couple in here that we think are worth kind of discussing, pulling apart, so to speak.
When like a topic spins into our heads, we'll start talking about it.
Absolutely.
Come in, spinner.
Ooh. Come in, me.
So Ben, you've got the list there.
No, I don't.
I've got the list.
I mean, technically I do. It's on my computer, but that's out of reach.
Yeah.
Oh,
I've got the list in my hand here.
Yep.
So should we just start?
Let's roll on
It goes
through.
from 50 to 1. So number 50, immediately, I have nothing to say about.
Yeah.
King's Quest 3, To Err is Human.
Now, this is a game that's like one of those old... Does it have the year next to that?
In the 1980s.
Right.
1986.
Right.
The year before I was born.
The year that I was born.
The year 3 years before I, the youngest one, was born.
Are we going to do that for
Yeah, right.
we have to say how many years it was since we were born.
Let's do it. Fucking hell.
Oh, hold on.
Time.
Just really quickly.
Son of a bitch.
Sake.
The original mod Dota came out in 2002, which was 13 years after I was born.
So I was 2002. I was 16. No, no, I wasn't. Shut up.
I was
14.
I would have been 13. Is that right?
I would have been 12 initially.
Well, that's not.
But then I would have turned 13 during that year.
This is so good. I love this.
48. It came out in 2009, which was 20
No, wait,
years.
I was 16.
Okay.
Yeah,
Did I say that? Is that what I said?
Yeah,
I was
you said
15.
16 at
16.
first.
Yeah.
I was 12, then 13.
Sorry, guys. We promised we'll take longer with these as they go along.
48 came out in 2009, so I was 20.
48 came out in 2009. I was 25.
Yeah.
24.
Yeah.
I have the easiest job here is to wait for both of you to say it.
Yeah, you just add 5 to
Mine
whatever
should be
I
easy,
say.
but I just keep forgetting what the difference is.
Yeah.
So, guys, have you been able to guess what 48 was based on how old we all were in 2009? We'll be back after this break. Have some thinking music.
Well, Bioshock 1 came out in 2007. We've already talked about it a lot. In 2007, I turned 18.
20.
21.
41 is what
That's
I
a bit old.
No, 41. ESPN NFL 2K5. I'm betting we all have some pretty strong opinions.
What the fuck's that
about
doing on
this.
there?
I don't know.
Like,
I
I mean, they're
seriously,
Americans.
what's that doing on there?
I don't know how. Like, if you're American, maybe it's the one.
Did they just want to be like contrarian and not put Madden on? Like
There was a period of time where I remember Madden. Like, do you remember Pro Evolution Soccer was
Yes.
the one instead of FIFA for a while that people thought
for
was
like
great?
2 years, yeah.
Oh, Evo.
I think this was that for then.
Okay.
Good
for them.
I have no idea. Yeah, good for you, man.
Yep.
Hey, NFL 2K5, love your work. Released in 2004 when I turned 15.
18.
I fucking hate that thing, by the way, since we're talking about this, of how sports games will say they're the next year's sports game. Like FIFA 17 just
Why do
came
you
out.
hate it?
Because it's not the right year.
Well, you answered my question.
Ben, you can't argue with that.
Yeah.
Now, shut the fuck up and tell us how old you were in 2004.
I was 17.
Did you lost your virginity then or not?
Hell no.
It's too busy playing ESPN NFL 2K5, baby.
Oh, yeah.
The PlayStation 2 and Xbox. Number 40, Pong. Pong came out in 1972, which
Here we fucking
was
go.
27 years before I was born.
25 before mine.
That's... Wait, what year was it?
1972.
72. So that's 14?
Fuck, in
Before I
fact,
was
that's
born.
the exact amount of time before I was born that it's been since I was born now.
Fuck.
I could not have said that worse. 1989 is in the midpoint between 72 and 2016.
No, 1999 is.
Have we actually said
No.
what years we're born? No, you just said it then.
80 not. Oh, yeah, I'm wrong. It was
Yeah.
17 years before I was born. Not 27. Oh, fuck.
Yeah, you jumped ahead heaps.
In 27 years, you think I would have learned how to count to fucking 17.
By the way, I bet we've all frequently gotten some of these wrong.
I know that I have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it's driving people at home
Right, so
crazy.
that was 17
Oh,
years
I've been
before.
counting since the year I lost my virginity. Fuck.
It was
The year I-
114 years
The year I truly came alive.
Yes.
before I lost my virginity was my point. You're not going to lose it until you're at like 140.
Yeah.
Portal 2 was from 2011 when I was 22.
24.
25. We got to start going through these a bit quicker.
Yeah.
37, Braid. You ever played Braid?
I've got something that we could cut out. Mentioning what year How long it was since we were born.
Let's just
Okay,
get rid
let's
of the
give it a-
title of the game.
Let's give it a break until the top 10 will bring it back.
Okay.
You know what the best mobile game is?
What?
Putting your phone down and living in the real world, mate.
Oh, making a real connection with people. Yeah.
People used to talk to each other on the bus.
Yeah.
People used to sit there and wank
Look up from
openly.
your screens, for God's sake.
There's life happening around you.
To all of us listeners currently on a bus listening to this on their phones, we really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Don't take the headphones out.
No,
Stay in your
That's
own little
fine, as
world.
long as you're not looking at your phone.
No. Leave the podcast playing and just put it down. Because
No,
we
look
can
at the
use
phone.
those DLs.
Look at the phone and count down the number of seconds on the podcast app until this finishes.
Walk
That's
up,
what we'd like
walk
people to be doing.
to the rest of the people on the bus and tell them about this podcast and ask them to download it as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we can deliver them the message to get off their phones and rejoin their friends
Yeah,
in the real
what we
world.
need is we need everyone listening to this.
Yeah.
And then we can get people off their phones.
Yeah.
But first of all, we need to get those goddamn numbers up.
That's right.
A few more likes on Facebook and a few more positive iTunes reviews, and then this podcast will fix society.
Just pay it forward.
Just pay us money to come and have sex with you.
Wait a minute. What? I don't...
Good morning, video games. Welcome to Filthy Casuals, a podcast about video games hosted by three very kind and extremely knowledgeable boys. My name is Tommy Dassalo. We also have Ben Vernel.
Yes, thanks for having me, Tommy. It's good to be here. Now that we've all been introduced, let's start the podcast.
Wait a minute.
Who's that? Running down the train tracks. Why, it's only Adam Knox. Did you find that dead body?
Yeah, I've been playing Pokemon Go.
Yes. Very good.
I ran into a few. I actually did load up Pokemon Go to see if there's any near your house. Just then, there are none.
It's shit around here.
Yeah. There's not even any stops. There's a PokeStop right near my bed.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that what you tell the lady?
Yeah. Hey, you want to come back to mine? There's a Charizard hanging around. And then we'll go look for Pokemon.
Remember maybe our first episode we talked about how there's a lot of games where it's extremely hard to describe what happens in them without sounding borderline brain dead.
Oh, yes.
No Man's Sky is maybe one of the best examples in recent memory of that.
But also because the reality of the game still sounds stupid. It still is pretty basic and pretty
You fly around
stupid.
enough space and there's a maths equation that makes all the planets random. So you go to a planet and you're the only one that goes there, but other people can go to other ones as well, and it's
You have
different for
described
them.
it. You are describing it like an idiot. Though. You can do it.
Try then. Give it a
It's
crack.
a movie where
Give it a red hot go.
this movie is this
not a
guy.
movie.
No, I'm talking about something else. I'm doing what Tommy did. This movie, this guy, he's the boss of the mafia. But then somebody says, "Hey, if I die, I want you to look after my son. You're the god, Dad." And I'm like, "Hey, fuck this, a good movie." Like you sound.
We've all seen The Cable Guy. We get it.
Horizon Zero Dawn looks cool. It's
What's
got a
that?
terrible generic fucking name.
Yeah.
Horizon Zero Dawn.
It, honestly,
Fuck.
that sounds like an Aldi video game. You know, just
Yeah.
it's about hunting futuristic robot dinosaurs in a post-apocalyptic world.
Okay.
I saw some footage of it. It looks cool. There's like these big robot dinosaurs. It's like after the fall of civilization, humans have gone back to being like cavemen, and you're hunting robots. It looks fun. You blow off little parts of the robot to like make them lose some of their abilities. What have I said?
Blow off. Me and Ben looked at each other immediately.
Yeah.
And Ben raised his eyebrow at me.
I don't understand what I've said. So you can
He said the phrase "blow off."
you can tether parts of the dinosaur to the ground and like sort of suck off parts of their body where to make them a little
eyebrow
weaker,
again.
makes them a little tired. You can get all these different weapons to fuck the ass of the dinosaurs with.
Noxie, do you understand what you're saying?
No,
This
what's
is hilarious.
The word choice is very
Appalling.
Which
I'm gonna
one?
say.
Dinosaur.
Just so
What have I said? I know they're not technically dinosaurs. I probably sound like an idiot. They're robots. Anyway,
keep going. Keep talking about this.
So, you can do this thing where, like, if you climb up onto a cliff and the dinosaur is underneath you, you can jump off so that you like come on their back and ride them around for a little bit. Ride them really hard as you can.
Are you sure you're not doing this on purpose?
Doing what? Explaining the game. I thought I needed to. None of you had heard of Horizon Zero Dawn.
no, that's very
Well,
true.
it's a forgettable name too. It's the sort of name that like I
What would you
think
call this game if you had to retitle it?
I'd probably call it something like Crack of Dawn, or like maybe. Well, it's a game about hunting dinosaurs, trying to find the biggest ones. So like big cock hunter, something like that. Like they look like chickens, some of them.
Oh, big cock hunter.
Like big buck hunter. It's a little too similar.
No, we got it. Yeah.
I couldn't think of a good one for that very clearly.
We really hope so.
We could tell.
I'd already used them all.
You said the word big about 50 times to try and stall.
Yeah, look, I'm really tired.
Once again, very, very good stuff. Have I ever talked on this show about how I used to play a certain card game, not Pokemon, not Magic the Gathering, the Austin Powers collectible card game?
Bullshit, there was an Austin Powers.
There
Really?
was an Austin Powers collectible card game.
How many fucking cards can you make out of that?
Let me see if there's anything about it online, because it was pretty like...
I've never heard of this. Yeah.
I was...
the fact that it was a game, I could get like just trading cards, but an actual game.
Yeah.
I've got 6 shags.
It was basically like you had to build up mojo, and I think you basically went around shagging other people.
Okay.
Wow.
Like,
and then you played the card game.
Yeah.
Whoa!
The Austin Powers collectible card game. By the way, someone described this podcast because I do another podcast called The Little Dum Dum Club. Someone described this podcast as being like my millennials podcast, and Dum Dum Club as being like my baby boomers podcast, which makes me want to shut down Dum Dum forever. That's the worst thing you can say about anything. It's for boomers.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Fuck, man.
Just end yourself.
Dum Dum has single-handedly ruined the economy.
Being described as a millennial is just fantastic.
It's so good, fam. Fuck us up. Is that all the Pokemon Go?
Sure. It's the
stuff
same.
about it.
I kind of like check in with the like as an app like every 2 days. I'm not really loving it.
I'm
but,
still not. I'm not hooked in any way. Like I'm not. The number of times I turn it on and there's nothing near me. There's no. So I haven't caught enough.
Yeah. Well,
and there's no. For me, there's no. I don't care if I can't do anything.
There's no
with
incentive
them once I catch them.
Yeah. And I don't want to be checking my phone all the time while I'm out doing stuff because
it drains your battery.
Well, partly, and also there's enough fucking shit on your phones to keep distracted. I don't want to have that. There's a little part of the back of your brain that is processing the thing of I should check my phone all the time.
Yeah.
You know how you whip it out to check Facebook sometimes?
Yeah.
And then you look at your phone. Oh! You see, that's how it's done. No, it isn't.
No.
But like I've been on Facebook on the computer and gotten out my phone to look at Facebook just out of habit. And I don't like those habits.
I'm trying to like my thing is when I get the tram, I like when I get off. And then when I exit the tram.
All right. We have to put a moratorium on doing these.
Okay, let's put a moratorium on it.
And then
also let's stop making these jokes.
Sorry to our listeners, that must be unbearable.
I'll get off the tram and I may as well have been in an underground subway. Like I haven't looked out the window. I've just sat there cycling through the same fucking 4 apps. It's no good. But yeah, I just don't. I don't care enough about. Although I'm going to Splendor in the Grass this weekend, and I'm interested to see what it's like there.
Yeah.
Catch more Pokemon in Splendor in the tall grass. Because that's where you actually have to go to catch Pokemon.
The best joke of the podcast, I reckon.
It's pretty good.
Thank you.
Yeah. I might say that on stage.
But yeah,
you're right. You know what I miss? I miss an instruction manual.
Yeah.
I used to love pouring through a good instruction manual.
Yeah,
it was great.
And then you'd open the guide to the game.
It doesn't work with just any sentence. You
Yes,
can't
it
just
does.
do
It
that
definitely
format of
does.
joke with any. No, that doesn't mean anything. All right. I want to preserve the sanctity of this
Adam,
brilliant format of joke.
Nothing means anything.
Oh shit.
Speaking of Lego, very quickly, I was going to bring this up last week. A game I played for a little bit last week. Previous guest on this show, Ben Russell, came around to my parents' house for Christmas because his family's from Perth and my parents. Anyway, who cares? I spent Christmas with him. Yeah. We did a Kris Kringle. And the limit was like $20, and he drew me in the Kris Kringle, and he got me a copy of the Wii U game Lego Batman 2 DC Superheroes.
Oh, right.
So I feel like I've been playing it for a little bit. I've never played one of those Lego games before, and they are pretty boring.
Yep. I've tried to play the Lord of the Rings one. No good.
Again, Lego games are very geared at kids, and at some point, Lego isn't for you anymore. You just got to let go.
I think I'm just gonna leave. Is that window open?
I just want to just really let this marinate. Mark marinate.
Ah, damn it!
I wish the listeners could see the grin on Knox's face right now.
It's unbearable.
I feel like I'm in that van with you.
I think that would be more fun.
He's lost the power of speech. He's rendered himself mute.
I've not lost the
bad
power of
joke.
speech. I've just said the greatest thing I'm ever going to say. So what's the point in continuing?
I want to throw this out to the listeners. Write in and let us know, without Googling it.
Yeah.
Write in and let us know if you think Rip Torn's dead or not.
Oh,
Let's
great.
not say what we, any of us thinks. Don't Google it.
Don't Google it.
Either tweet us right now or Facebook us.
Tweet it as you're hearing this.
At FilthyCasPod.
Yeah.
At
Just say
filthycasuals.pod@gmail.
You don't start a Gmail with that. You said at...
No, I said at FilthyCasPod on Twitter. And then what's the email?
filthycasualspod@gmail.
Yeah.
And say either Rip Torn alive or Rip Torn dead.
Yeah.
And no other context.
Yeah.
Yes.
Standard messaging rates apply. It's going to cost you $1.87 per text that you send to us.
And we'll...
PO Box 17, Crow's Nest, New South Wales.
Yeah.
We've got Rip Torn here now, hooked up to an electric chair, and that's going to decide whether or not we kill him. We had a big debate about this last night.
Yes.
It threatened to tear apart the podcast.
We didn't, but it shouldn't have been a debate because I knew which one it was. And I said
So
which
did
one
I.
it was.
Yeah.
So did
I
I.
looked up which one it was.
So did I.
Told you which one it was, and
Yeah.
you argued about that one.
Yeah. Have you given it away again?
I'm not sure.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. I think that was vague enough. People
think
have
that's
already
fine.
tweeted as well, right?
Yes. All right.
Yeah.
Cool. So that's...
And also, it doesn't matter.
It matters.
All right.
I'm
Whoever
gonna
gets...
I'm gonna put in the show description so you can see this in the post and everything.
Yeah.
A timestamp just saying Rip Torn next to it.
Yeah.
So people will know it's coming and not know why.
Okay.
And then they have to respond immediately.
Yeah.
Okay.
Great
This is
question
the
answered.
best. This is the best piece of content we've ever done. What the fuck was the question again?
You're king of the view count, Noxie, because you got that dumb video that went like viral.
I'm king of the view count. That's me.
Yes.
I made the Battlefield
Count
1
views.
trailer.
No,
That's-
you made a very funny video that was based on those, like, a man photographed himself every day for 20 years, and here's the
Yeah.
video. What was it? Yours was...
I did a man photographs himself 30 times a second, every second for 12 seconds. And it's a 12-second video of me looking at the camera.
very fun.
And then at the end, I
Great
cough
bit.
because it was a joke. And fucking so many goddamn people have gone like, this is just a video.
Yeah.
This isn't even actually...
It makes you just so mad at the human race.
And they keep saying, like, don't you mean 24 frames per second?
Yeah.
And I looked up exactly how many frames per second an iPhone records
Right,
at.
right.
It's 30.
Yeah.
And also, like, so many people going, like, if this was photographs, there shouldn't be any audio.
Oh,
and that's
man.
why I coughed to make that joke at the
Yeah.
end of it. Like, fuck, man, if any of you cunts
This is
out
so
there-
good. This
Yeah.
is so good.
What's the view count at? Do you know?
No, I can look it up.
Because you sent this to us, and we're
Because
like...
we say this, and the listeners won't have any context, but it is actually a lot of people have viewed this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so you sent this to us, and we were like, oh, that's pretty funny. And then all of a sudden, within like, a couple of weeks or something,
Yeah.
it was like, fuck, this video's gotten a shit ton of views.
Yeah, because like Reddit got a hold of it,
Yeah.
and other people have just started tweeting about it.
Well, but
and,
then-
yeah.
I was on one of those fucking Facebook pages.
Semi-recently,
Oh, yeah.
Semi-recently, I found this. You showed up on a page that I followed called YouTube Screenshots.
Yeah.
So it was just, it's just like a photo of your head with the caption of it underneath, which kind of, generally YouTube Screenshots is like, look
a
at
bunch
this,
of fucking weirdos.
yeah, look at this fucking stupid looking kid that
Yeah.
we freeze framed
Yeah.
on. And it's like kind of like they're sort of making a joke out of
Yeah.
what the video is. All they're doing by posting your thing is just the same joke that you're
Yeah.
making.
But it is like all of it is like photographs of people who look strange and have written a strange thing as the
Yes.
description.
Yeah.
And I don't know if they thought they were breaking that pattern with me. That's what I'm worried about. They thought, look at this weirdo.
But what do you want? What do you actually got?
It's at 100 and something, 134,413.
That's a lot of views.
That's a lot of views.
It sounded like you were just going to go like 134, like where you go, fuck, he got so many views. We're just the
I
most...
should have fucking monetized it.
Yeah, because this is the thing. You did this like a month before the comedy festival or something,
Yeah.
and then it goes big, and you're like, dude, is it too late for me to put an ad in there?
In the description, I've put links to the comedy festival shows I was doing, but I put them far down so you had to hit the button because I didn't want it to wreck the joke of the thing. Well, because it looks like fucking and it is gross self-promotion, and I don't want to be a party to that. That's gross.
Well, you'll always be poor.
Not when I've got somebody else doing that gross shit for me. Also, my account name is Daryl Summers 69420, which like I don't think people are able to identify who I am and if I've got a. But it's not about.
true.
I'm not doing it for the views, man.
You're doing
I'm
it for the art.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was great art.
Yeah.
Thanks, man. I'm Peter Jackson.
I reckon
couldn't
we
think of a real artist.
Peter Jackson,
Yeah.
director of Heavenly Creatures. And
No, the cigarette maker.
But then you go, well, I love Louis Theroux's docos. And it's not like he's doing that on stage. He asks questions about his work.
Is anyone in the room a Nazi?
That's exactly it. We were saying it should be, the live show should be Louis Theroux roasts the worst cunt in your city live on stage. So it's just like they find like some fucking notorious pedophile or
Warwick
like
Kappa or something.
Nazi sympathizer.
Or Warwick Kappa, yeah. Yeah, great.
And you go and Louis just fucking just grills them for an hour. That would be so good.
I'd definitely watch that. But
Traveling shit circus star Louis Theroux.
At some point, that's just like a modern day public execution.
I think you could get a few of our bloody politicians up there.
Here we go.
They're not going to let us put this one on the internet.
I don't know. I'd go. I'm still going to go.
I really like Sonic the Hedgehog too.
I'm just thinking about Louis Theroux being on our podcast now.
Great.
It's really sad that the studio that made Fable closed down. Really enjoyed that first
Feels
game.
like he's on the podcast right now.
He should go after a few of those like Kickstarter things that have. That'd be. I'm trying to think what's a video game issue he could take on. That would be a big one of them.
Gamergate.
Yeah.
Gamergate.
Do you think perhaps by ethics and journalism you mean I hate women? Do you think that might be what you're trying to say?
Oh, yes.
This has justified the very dry and boring true crime chat. I did notice this when I came around the other day. The sweet rig is back.
Yeah, I had to fix it. It was fucked. I had to do a whole reformat, reinstall. But it's back.
Isn't she a beaut? Me and Adam are sitting here basking in the glow of.
You've both just creamed your jeans.
Ben's
12-year-old dummy style.
Ben's little game station. He's got his little Fallout 4 figurine there.
Yes, from Vicky Hanlon, friend of the show, gave that to me.
Nice.
And very nice.
Who gave you the giant flag with the swastika on it that's hanging behind?
I was going to say a big swastika flag as well.
Joking about people owning a swastika is one of my favourite go-to bits. Like, there's no comeback to it.
This map, you do have a big map on your wall.
Yeah.
And you've crossed out every country other than Germany. What's that about?
No, it came like that. I mean, it's still a map. You can still see the countries.
What's with that little spike on your hat that you're wearing right now?
That's like a dick that grows out of my head.
Ah, cool, man.
Yeah,
What's that wall you're building? And more.
Okay.
Yeah. Ich bin
gotta know when to fold 'em.
Ich bin ein Berliner. Ich bin.
all of human civilization has been building to this moment.
Knox, that is very good.
Cut everything else out of the episode. Make this episode just go for 12 seconds. Ich bin.
Ich bin. Oh, man.
Oh, we've done it again. If that doesn't get us to E3, I don't know what will. Other bigger news, bigger news?
Yeah.
Big news this week.
My wife,
it's the 25th anniversary of Sonic the Hedgehog. So Sega.
Yeah.
Sega or Sega? Is it Nike or Nike?
It's Nike, right?
Adidas.
Is it Adam and Eve or Adam Knox?
Should we edit that out? Is that
I'm using that.
intellectual property?
Have we ever talked about this? Me and Ben think that Adam should call his next comedy festival show
It's Adam and Eve, not Adam Knox.
And I believe...
And he's going to do it. He says he's going to do it in 2018.
Yeah.
Well, because one thing about that name is I am concerned people will think that it's an anti-gay show.
It is.
It's almost like that's half of why it's funny.
And so the poster is your Adam.
Just me looking at a photo of Freddie Mercury and frowning.
I reckon it should be Garden of Eden.
Yeah, obviously.
And your head on both Adam and Eve, nude, and then you're also the snake, and you're the apple.
Okay, can I be any more things? I don't know if that's
you're God like as a cloud.
Yeah, a little deer in the background as well.
It's Adam and Eve, not Adam Knox. That's great. Imagine if it got protested for being anti-gay. That would be even better.
Yeah, I'd love it. It'd be so good.
But you'd just be on the news all the time. You're like, it's just a joke.
Yeah, it's not even about that.
I do a podcast. Okay, what we're talking about? Oh yeah, so it's the 25th anniversary of Sonic the Hedgehog. Sega have come out. They've announced two new titles.
Yeah.
One called Project Sonic.
Yeah.
Which looks in the vein of...
Should have called it It's Adam and Eve, not Sonic the Hedgehog.
It's that's pretty homophobic, man. Can you not make those kind of jokes on this podcast?
So Sonic collecting rings. I mean, do I have to spell it out for you?
Oh.
ANAL.
Got to go fast. More like...
Gotta fuck us. Sorry, it just rhymes.
Nah, keep it all in. So that's enough Nintendo.
Yeah, now we have to do something very important.
Oh, yes.
Wait, what do you think I'm going to say?
Jack each other's dicks.
Yeah, I was going to say we have to do a little...
Can I still play Super Mario Run if I'm jacking my dick?
Of course you can. But you'll need to tell me...
Yeah, baby!
Is it time for a certain report?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is time for a certain report.
What did you think that I thought it was going to be?
I don't know. You seemed more excited for the fashion report than I thought was normal.
We haven't done it for a while.
We certainly haven't, and I think the listeners have missed it.
I've been wearing things for 2 weeks without you guys seeing it.
Yeah. Save Tommy for last, because he's wearing the most interesting piece out of any of us.
Absolutely, yeah. He's got the accent piece.
Yeah.
I'm quite a piece, aren't I?
Yes.
Ben, what do you got? You got the boots, you got the Timberlands there.
Yeah, rocking the Timberlands.
The standard rolled up cuff of the jeans at the bottom.
Yep.
And you got a... Ben, Adam, what colour would you call that T-shirt? That's kind of an olive, I'd say.
I would call it like an Army Disposals green.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
With a bit of a pocket, and it's got a bit of sort of around the stitching. It's got that real faded,
a little
kind
bit
of
distressed,
look.
a little
distressed. That's what I was looking for.
This is from, I got it from a shop called Mr. Simple on Brunswick Street.
Great shop.
Yeah.
Big fan of Mr. Simple.
Funny name. I've never heard of Mr. Simple
Really?
before.
You know what? Big shout out to Mr. Simple. I'm a big fan of it. I own a lot of stuff from Mr. Simple.
I got a hat from there as well.
Yeah.
It's a great shop.
They're really good. They do good basics.
Yes, exactly.
A little bit like Adam Knox over here.
Yeah.
No, he's a bad basic.
Lawful good. Knox, what do you got? You got the... you've been... your shoes don't generally last you very long.
No, and
like
these are
you've had
falling apart now, though. Look at that.
Yeah, I can see a hole is about to appear in the bottom.
If I tense my toes, the sort of what would you call that? The rim starts to separate from the main section.
Oh yeah.
And also my shoes look weird. But I need to get some new shoes.
You need to get that fixed. You need to do a bit of a rim job on that, I think.
Yeah, you reckon? Maybe I'll give it a suck. And then I got jeans on because
Wait, I want to go back to the shoes real quickly. I'm not done with you, mister.
Your shoes kind of look like cheap versions of my shoes.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah,
so do my jeans.
Yeah.
I don't want to stitch you up here, Ben, but you told me recently that you went and tried to Adam Knox it. You went and tried to... You went and got some cheap Kmart shoes.
Oh, this was not recent. This was a while ago.
Oh, okay.
It was probably like 4 or 5 months ago, in the midst of my unemployment.
Right. It sounded like an extremely unpleasant experience.
Yeah, I went to get... So I had a great pair of shoes. I think I've mentioned them on the show in a previous fashion report. My Nike Blazers, my canvas shoes. So they basically have fallen apart. I went to Kmart and I was like, look, I'll get some of the Kmart canvas shoes. How bad can they be? I wore them...
If Adam Knox wears them, how bad can they be?
Well, I mean, yeah, like Knox wears them. A human
I
being
for a
wears
while,
these shoes.
I haven't, like, they are slightly less comfortable,
I couldn't wear them. I put them on. I took them off straight away.
Oh, but you're like
My
a
feet-
fucking 1700s French prince. You're such a pussy that, of course, that's the case.
I don't think that's accurate.
You recently bought a new mattress, and I remember you saying the reason you didn't like your old mattress is because it seemed too sarcastic. That's what you said.
What?
Do you remember saying that?
No, was
You
I
said-
drunk?
What were you sleeping on Newman from Seinfeld?
Yeah, Tommy, I was. Oh, it's rubbed off on me.
Hey, if I said you had a nice body, would you rub your mattress on me? What? That's great. I'm liking this.
What?
This thread here.
Oh, right.
I don't
Oh,
remember
it's not
saying that.
true. I just made
Sarcastic
it. I
mattress.
made it up. He did just get a new mattress, though.
Yeah, because I had severe back pain from a slipped disc.
I bet you had a bit of a pussy patrol idiot problem.
Oh.
Wow. But I think with anything that's like that you do that's weird fashion wise, you have that maybe first, 1 or 2 times where people see you in it and they're like, what do you do? What is this? And you've got to have a few lines ready to go. But then the third time, it's just normalized.
It depends, though. Like, if you spent every day dressed as Austin Powers, nobody on, at the end of the week is going to be like, oh, yeah, he just dresses like Austin Powers.
I disagree. I think that's exactly
No
what
way.
would happen.
Every
I think
single
that's
day they're going to go, what are you doing?
Not only do I think that they would not be questioning anymore, I think that people around me would start dressing like Felicity Shagwell. I think it would just be people would just be co-opted into my way of
I'm pretty sure that
thinking.
you would notice that over time there were fewer and fewer people around you.
Doesn't matter. I only need one. Yeah, baby.
Well, it's a shagadelic idea. I thought it'd be really funny to slowly, over the course of 12 months. I don't know if I said this even on this show.
I think you just told me about it, and I love it. I love the idea.
You spend a full year or something, very, very slowly transitioning into dressing like Austin Powers.
Yeah.
So that it's unnoticeable. So
Yeah.
you just do a little bit of a frillier shirt one day, nothing that anyone's going to comment on.
How do you go? I'd love to know what you think is a little bit of a frillier shirt.
I could do it, and it'd take a lot of money because you'd have to
He just
buy
shut
it.
me down. I could do it, all right?
You don't understand. I thought this through.
I'd make him if I had to. But then I just wanted to know if there'd be a point, like a tipping point, where suddenly between one of the days.
Probably the fake teeth going in.
No, but you do it slowly, where you go oh, I've been in an accident. I need to get
Gradually fuck up your
one more
teeth.
teeth.
Wow.
Yeah.
But the crushed the red velvet. Are you just saying you start you're wearing a black jacket now, so you just start to you get a bunch of different jackets. You just gradually start to bring the red in.
Yeah.
So you're sort of wearing a maroon color,
Totally.
and it just transitions into being just red.
And maybe you go via a dark red hoodie. Something like that, where the colors change, but it's still a normal jacket.
You really sneak it in there.
Yeah.
Well, because I'm looking at you, you've got kind of a sort of a mop of brown hair, which is, and you've got your glasses. You look like you're actually starting to do it.
Yeah.
That's
strange
This
that
looks
I'm,
like it's day 8.
We're a month late.
Yeah.
Oh, no. I feel so stupid.
Your teeth are shit. You're a real sex pest. You've just been trying to fuck everyone in this house. Is that part of it?
No, I miss the 60s, man.
Mr. 69s.
And no one would ever notice if you said all of the time that you were going to do it.
Yeah.
They go, well, he mustn't actually be doing it because he's just told us about it.
All right. Well, yeah. Try it on.
Yeah.
See how you go.
Can't be bothered. But
Well, this kind of ties into a question that we got in the old mailbag.
Yep.
During the week. You said that before we recorded.
Yeah.
mailbag.
Yeah, no, we get it. No, we got it.
Ball sack.
Yeah, no, Knox, we understand. We get the joke. Yeah. We get what you're saying.
We get the concept. You just delivered it very ham-fistedly.
We're just
You're the Spec Ops the line of people.
My testicles will burn up, man.
Is this war right now? Because this is hell. Listening to this.
Should we get stuck into some questions?
Yeah.
Let's leave.
Some filthy feedback.
Yeah. Let's go. What do the people want to hear?
Well, should we start with a good one or a bad one?
You brought it up. You make a decision.
All right. So this ties into, we didn't actually finish our fashion report, by the way.
I'm wearing shoes that say Java.
Yeah, I've got a mustache now. That's probably worth
good.
noting.
Yeah.
So regular commenter, question asker, and general interactor Chris Jones, aka G-Force. Everyone knows G-Force.
Oh, the movie with the hamsters in it.
Yeah, it's Hamster Man. It's Richard Gere. G-Force asks, beanie or baseball cap? So just to close off our fashion report.
I mean, I go both.
Yeah, I
go both ways.
Yeah.
I favour the baseball cap, though, I have to say.
Right,
But,
okay.
I own a couple beanies, and when the weather's cold enough, you turned up here today in a beanie.
Yep. Well, that's the thing. I'm not a big headgear wearer. I get like an itchy head if I wear a cap too much. But when the winter weather is frightful, no, it's too fucking cold at the moment.
Yeah.
You got to wrap your little noggin in some wool.
Yeah, I go beanie, so I don't own a baseball cap. And in like year 7 and 8, I wore baseball caps just non-stop. I was like, this is my thing.
Yeah.
I'm the hat guy.
Yeah. There was my like best friend in school was the hat guy, so I could never be the hat guy.
No.
Kind
He
of
was
two
the
hat guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was Neil Colhatcar over in the corner there.
Oh.
I was Tom Hats.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I was
get it?
Mahatma Gandhi.
There you
Yep,
go.
there we go. That's good.
Yeah.
And I can't wear hats now. You know, it's like when
Captain Planet.
Oh, very good.
Warwick Kappa.
Very good. Hat Johnson.
Wow.
Oh, very good. So I think we've answered that question.
Yeah,
Are there any more?
No, that's it.
I'm already ready to write my scathing review with the title Car Crash Bandicoot. Talk about it more like Crash Bandicoot.
Crash Bandicunt.
Oh, very
What
good.
publication is that going up in? I asked
don't
you a
know.
question. Which one?
The Eurogamer website, maybe.
Yeah. Speaking of asking questions, Ben, what's going on in the mailbag?
Well, welcome to my favourite segment of the show, Filthy Feedback. I like it more than What's Buggin Ben.
Yeah, whatever happened to What's Buggin Ben?
I like the childhood cancer that I had more than what's bugging Ben.
You know what's bugging me? Not enough questions. But we have some. We have some great questions this week, actually. It's almost like the more good ones.
Do you remember Dicko Unzipped? Where Dicko
I
would go on
remember David Tench tonight.
Yeah. No, Ian Dicko Dixon would go off on a rant on the morning show on whatever that is now Smooth FM used to be called.
Really?
Was it Vega at the time?
It was Vega, yeah.
It was Vega. And
it was called Dicko Unzipped.
It was Dicko Unzipped, and it'd go zoop and do like a zip sound, and then he'd be like, cyclists. I'm sick of them.
That's fucked.
But he'd never have a particularly hot take on anything because he had to force this outrage. Like was the problem with What's Buggin Ben. Like if you've had a good week, what are you going to get mad about? So sometimes he'd be like, I bought a disappointing curry powder the other day. You're like, oh, who cares,
Well,
Dicko?
what's bugging me was like I didn't have a job for 5 months. So I can't really talk about that on the podcast. The only thing that I was enjoying was video games. But now I'm back to being financially stable, and I can nitpick everything around me. It's great.
What's bugged you this week? Let's bring it back.
Bloody cyclists! I'm getting on the tram, and they don't respect me. And they
The
run
zip
me
on
over.
this pants, it won't come down quick enough. I like to think there was probably the original version, knowing what because that was someone's job in it Vega
To come
put
up with
together
Dicko
that
Unzipped.
sting.
Yeah,
And I reckon they would have put in a bit of a sound of like a schlong coming in. They would have been a bit of a that a producer heard and went, nah, that's too much.
Like ghosts coming out of it.
Yeah, it went for like 10 minutes and there was like clearly someone like sucking on it and like the sound of Dicko going, oh, fuck, baby, I'm about to come. And this guy in the production department is just looking up at the producer as he's playing it going, huh?
Is it too short? I don't know if it's unrealistic at this point.
This guy that wants to be working on radio serials.
Yeah.
If you're not from America, by the way, Ian Dicko Dixon.
I was gonna say before,
If you're not from America.
If you are from America or wherever, if you're not from Australia, I mean,
Yeah.
Good.
Ian Dicko Dixon was one of the hosts of Australian Idol, one of the judges.
Yeah.
Or in your case, it may have been the equivalent of American Idol.
Yeah.
Or
Latvian Idol, wherever you're
Pop
from.
Idol.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think at this point we have more American listeners than Australian listeners.
Do we really?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a lot of Americans. So, hello.
Bonjour.
Or as your people say, hello. But
Or as your people say, vote Trump.
No, they say hello, but they don't spell it with the U.
yeah, we spell every word with U's over here.
Oh, hello.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, like,
Well, it's-
Oh, no, I get it.
You know,
Yeah,
like
like
color and
colour.
honor and
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
It was
get
a
it.
very good word joke.
I didn't know that there was a U in color because I don't see color. Zip. Boom, boom.
I knew if we waited, something good would happen.
Like a little snake hiss. Like
Oh, we should stop this. They might not have blowjobs in America. They might not get what we're on about.
But he was like our Simon Cowell equivalent. He was the nasty one.
Simon Scowl, more like.
Ooh.
Who's the American? Oh, no, Simon Cowell's
He was on the
American
American
Simon
too,
Cowell.
and the British one. Yeah.
Yeah, both of them imported British guys to be mean.
But we had a mean Australia. But he wasn't even that mean.
He's British. Dicko's British, isn't he?
No, then they brought Kyle in at one point.
Oh.
Kyle.
Yeah,
Kyle.
Shadowlands.
Oh right,
He was
yeah.
a judge on
Wasn't he on
Australian
X
Idol.
Factor or something, or was he
He
Australian?
was
Idol?
Australia's
I think
Got
he's done
Talent.
all of them.
Yeah, right.
He was on Idol at one point, I'm pretty sure.
Wow.
Years
This
ago.
is
Years and years
Very
ago.
interesting content.
Mid 2000s radio and television.
Yeah, in Australia. The
right.
minority audience.
What do you got? What's in the mailbag?
Unzip that mailbag.
Zip.
Okay, we have to do this every time we unzip the mailbag. now.
Absolutely.
It's weird that our mailbag has a zip instead of just being like a standard kind of.
Mail sack.
I always imagined it.
with a tie-up top thing.
What were you always imagining?
Like a cartoon style, just a cloth sack.
A drawstring?
Yeah.
With a bit
Oh,
of
okay.
a drawstring.
That's the word I was trying to get before. Yeah. So we've unzipped the drawstring. So actually, we'll got to edit this out because I haven't actually read all the questions.
You told us at the start that you had.
They're all good, but I don't know what to start with.
Okay.
It's like a bloody feast.
Next question from Michael. He asks, if you had to live in any universe featured in any video game, which one would it be?
When I was a kid, I would have dreams that the Pokemon universe was real.
Oh, man, me too,
And
actually.
I would wake up and I would be actually really upset that that wasn't the world I was living in.
Yeah.
I so badly
It's so much
wanted
simpler.
a little Pokemon.
Like your purpose in life, it's like you get to go out and catch some Pokemon. Like
Yeah.
not having to go to school. Like I definitely had
You know
those
what, though?
Imagine that, like,
dreams as well.
what's your job? I just have heaps of animals.
In that
You know,
world-
but what do you do for a living? I just have them in my house and I'm like training them up. And
Yeah. Sometimes
sometimes
they
I take my
fight.
dog round to my neighbour's house and make it fight his dog.
Statistically, you're not going to be that dude though, because in that world, there's like one
That's
dude
true.
who does that.
That's
Most
true.
of the people in that world are forced to walk over the same patch of ground.
It's like all the
again
people-
and, again and say the same thing to every passerby. Like, man, it's a hot day. I really like wearing shorts. Want to fight?
Man, it's a hot one. A wild Santana appeared.
That is who I am in real life. It's like the people in Dragon Ball Z. Like the other people living in the cities just get blown up occasionally.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
If you're not Goku in Dragon Ball Z,
Yeah, if you're
your
not a
world
god.
is horrifying.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's why I just choose to live in like Madden.
You'd be a crowd member.
Yeah.
No, you'd live inside the body of John Madden.
living in GTA would be pretty sweet in the way that you can just like fucking drive your car off a building and then
Yeah.
just wake up in hospital.
Yeah, the healthcare in that place is really good. They take all your guns, but you can get more. They're all lying around. Living in GTA again would just be you're walking around having a normal day most of the time.
Yeah.
But
And then
every
someone
couple
blows
of
you up.
months,
Yeah.
this fucking lunatic just drives past.
Yeah. 7 police cars behind
Yeah.
you. I'd like to give Morrowind a go. That's a pretty cool universe.
that was any of those.
I feel like it's also more strange and unique than Skyrim. Skyrim is pretty much just like
Well, it's the
you
same
wanna-
world though. They're just different parts of the world.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So you
It's
could,
all
you could go between 'em.
Tamriel or whatever.
Yeah. You
I've
could,
changed my mind. I want to live in the universe of Battletoads.
Oh,
Because I want to fuck a Battletoad.
I wouldn't mind living in the Beatles rock band. Just be one of the Beatles. That'd be pretty fun.
okay, yeah.
Tetris.
I want to be one
I
of
want
the
to be
blocks.
crushed to death by a big block.
You can just go to Russia. I think that place is just Russia. Batman? I live in the Batman world. If I get to be Batman.
That's a bit of a cheat though, because that was initially a comic book series.
Was it?
Yeah. It's like with Tommy's Battletoads thing. You've got mixed up.
You know, I could live in a Fallout type world and be like a warlord.
Totally.
I would like to be a
That is
warlord.
adorable that you think that you would last in that world.
I would, man.
Yeah.
I would be
You
like
would
Danny
be-
McBride in.
No, you'd be Channing Tatum. You'd be sucking him off.
Nah. I can be ruthless when I need to be.
Toothless.
Yeah, I would round everyone up and enslave them.
Oh, okay, Hitler.
That's my real personality. That or Mario.
Yeah.
Great.
Any
Great
game, any like of those games where like physics is real fucked up and you can
Yeah.
just like run and jump real high
Bubsy.
and fly around. Bubsy.
Not Mario, Bubsy.
Yeah, I want to fuck Bubsy.
Baby, if you in Perth, then come down. Where are we? Noodle Palace.
Yes.
During the Fringe Festival,
Yeah.
I'm doing a solo stand-up show with all my best comedy I've ever had with gems such as this. Then play a clip of my stand-up there, please. And this.
Why'd you look at me? I don't edit this.
Play another clip of my stand-up there, please. And even this one. Do maybe like Reba or something.
Again, stop pointing. Ben, you got to remember to do this.
Maybe Reba or something like that. Put her there.
And if, despite that, you still want to see Adam Knox on stage, come and see Chimp Cop. It's me, Noxie, and Timothy Clark doing, again, our best sketches from
Such as this. And then play one of our sketches there, Tommy.
Adam, we're not doing this. We're not going to put sketch. We can't put a whole sketch in. This
And
is
this
like,
one. There's another sketch just there.
Adam, this is like 20 minutes of extra content that you've just.
Or maybe
no one's-
this. And then put like a clip from
Why
the
don't
show
we release
Reba.
this?
No one's going to come if they A, think it's Reba, and B, they've heard all these
That's a
good
good
sketches
point.
on the podcast.
We'll release it as DLC.
Guys, how do you feel? I feel like we
feel-
did good work here today.
Totally, lot of actual video games content, a
And
lot of
what a-
laughs along the way.
What a way to celebrate 50 episodes.
50 episodes.
Yeah.
Boy, it seems like just yesterday when we were doing our very first episode.
Back in 2015, I was 29 years old.
I was
28.
26. It was my 26th birthday when this was put up, the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Boy, do you guys remember back then as well?
What would we have sounded like?
I think we should put a pin in this. What do you reckon?
Yeah, I think so. What a way to celebrate a purely indulgent thing of being a video games podcast.
Hey, I can't wait to celebrate episode 100.
Oh,
I can't wait
baby.
for Time to do their follow-up list in a year's time.
If a magazine still exists. You fucking idiots.
Thanks heaps for listening, guys. Ben, what are the tags? What do we got?
At FilthyCastPod on Twitter, Filthy Casuals on Facebook, filthycasualspod@gmail.com.
Like, comment, and subscribe. Don't change that dial.
Yeah.
Guys, thanks so much for listening. And as we say at the end of every episode of Filthy Casuals,
No, Ben, I'm your girlfriend, boy.
Ekbin.
And as we say here at the end of every episode, Knox, take it away.
Good morning, video
Jesus
games.
Christ.
Fucking hell.
Play a clip of Reba instead.
As we always say here at Filthy Casuals,
Fucking Ben Vernel, you're fired, cunt.
yeah, you heard it here first.
Do the thing.
Oh, yeah, how I say something at
fucking-
the end of every episode.
Yeah.
Just let it be that. And then end
Oh
it.
shit! We forgot
What?
fashion report.
Pants.
We're all wearing clothes.
Oh,
the
yeah.
end.
Bye. Ooh, baby, I love to play video games.
Okay, that's the official one from now on.
All right.
Yeah.
Any shoe is fine as if it stays on your foot. Tie it normal. It is tied normal.
Weird catchphrase.
I like it. It's his best work yet.
Well, thanks for listening. I hope you enjoyed our holiday talk, our scary talk, and our Star Wars talk. And I guess that's all of us saying, video games, I am your father.
Hey, man. One of them Donkey Kong boys. I was still trying to think of one. It doesn't matter. Turn off the
Hing,
podcast.
Hing, do you want to have a Hing? You have a go. As we say here every week at the end of Filthy Casuals.
Now this is podcasting.
There we go.
That was
God, I
so
did it.
professionally done.
And of course, as we always say here every week at the end of Filthy Casuals,
Say hi to your mum for me.
classic Austin Powers. Fuck. Speaking of sharing the load, I don't know. Get out of my house.
And as you say every week on Filthy Casuals,
I have to leave.
Guys, thanks so much for listening. And as we say here at the end of every episode of Filthy Casuals,
Game of the Year 2017 is going to be Friendship the Game 2. Can we start 2016 over again?
oh, that's the best one you've done in a while. If you search Filthy Casuals on Twitter or Facebook, we will come up. We might not be the first result, but we
it's
will
only
be a
a
result.
matter of time until we outlast those other ones that are out there.
Yeah.
All right, guys, thanks for listening. Share it around, like it on all those social media things.
Yep.
Hit
you
us
can
a
find
review on iTunes.
Yes.
And we'll see you next time. Good evening, video games.
We'll see you in the digital world.
I don't have a catchphrase yet.
The only podcast that dares to ask the question, what if Mario real life?